Hello there. Oh god. Uh, sorry, I had to run here from last year because I forgot something and I needed to look for it, but I found it. We're good. Oh geez, that was holy shit. Who knew time travel was so hard? Christ. Anyways, new year, same old toast. Late as usual. Also, I need to finish my stream alerts on Discord and such. But in the meantime, just a reminder for anyone that hasn't participated in it yet, if they want to or doesn't know about it yet. I have been running a photography challenge on the channel for about 2 weeks now. And there's like a whole list of rules and everything and categories that you can participate in, and each category will have its own winner. So today is suddenly the last day. The submissions need to be done by tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you are interested, go to my Discord. Hopefully you're already there. If not, let me put the link in here real quick. Can I stop getting ads on my own stream, please? Like, it's literally my own stream. Here you go. Go to my Discord and check out the Photo Challenge 2025 forum. The post I made in there will have an example post for you so that you see what it looks like. And also the rules for the challenge. So you make sure that you're not breaking any rules for the whole thing. One sec. This is surprisingly hard to do, typing one thing that is unrelated to the thing I'm talking about. Holy crap. But yeah, there's still plenty of, time to get some photos in. You don't have to go and take new photos. You can use some older ones if you want to. Ooh, I almost did an @ here in someone else's Discord. Hold on a sec. You can just use older photos you've had to submit, just as long as it kind of matches the what does Me6 want? As long as it matches a category, it'll work. Oh Jesus Christ. At the moment I'm looking at potentially cutting some of the categories. Oh, that's fucking embarrassing. Hold on. That's from the other day. Oof. We're gonna hide that. Oh yeah, was the last thing I streamed Long Dark? Oh yeah, then that totally works. Awesome. What was I saying? I'm still exhausted because I ran from the past to get here. Polaroid challenge, yeah. I will be probably cutting some categories and just turning all those submissions into a general category essentially, so that we can at least get some extra rewards out, because I was originally going to cancel this a couple days, like a week ago, I think, because there wasn't any submissions, and I realized there was a problem with the forum setup, and I fixed it, and there's a good number of submissions now, but I might have to cut some of the categories because they don't have enough submissions. You can participate. If you don't want the prize, that's fine. Then we'll give the prize to the next person if they want it. I think next year what I'm going to do, if we do this again, I like the idea of it, but I think the execution was just very poorly done, especially considering I didn't really think about it until after the Steam winter sale started. Maybe we'll do this for the summer, but I think what I'll do instead is gift Steam, gift cards, like $10 gift cards as a reward during the Steam sale, so that people can use that to buy, something from Steam. I think that would be a much better way of doing it. It's kind of too late to do that now because we're only a few days before the end of the sale. I need to also figure out how we're going to judge everything. Because this was so like this was pieced together way too little time. I kind of wish I just canceled it, and then we can try it again, maybe like during the spring sale or summer sale or something like that. We're gonna do it again in the summer sale, but I will try to figure out when the summer sale is. But I'll rewrite the document and the rules for the photography channel challenge and make sure it's as streamlined as possible. Maybe we'll do away with the themes entirely, and we'll just give rewards to like the top 5 places. I think that'd be more fun. But I like the idea of categories. We'll see. Hello, Stars. Yeah, I know your PC is your PC still in the shop? I'm not joking, by the way. Stars' PC has been in the shop, which sucks because I really need that HRV that HRV guide. I was actually doing some interloper in HRV, and oh boy, that was rough. But I made it out alive. You do not need a membership. That's what you're talking about, Nadia. You do not need a membership to use the sound commands. That is open to everyone. If there were a way for me to do that with the current setup, I would do it, but I don't want to do that. Right on schedule. Right on schedule. Okay. I need to fix my posture. Pillow, do your work. Test interloper. Ooh, ignore that. That's a secret. That's for something special that I'm working on. We are doing Polaroids. Microphone stand is misbehaving as usual. Alright, if you don't know what this challenge is, I don't even know what we're doing anymore, I'm gonna be honest. Let me pull up the document to explain what we're doing. This is at this point, we're on part 11 of this series. It's gonna be a 12-parter, I think, potentially. I'm literally watching the microphone stand slide down. I don't know why it keeps sliding. I have it wedged up against a wall. I need to buy a good one next time. Not this Amazon basic shit. This stuff is worthless. Document. So we are doing the Polaroids of the Apocalypse. Quite Apocalypse challenge. Christ. Sorry. Still catching my breath from running from the past. That's a lie, by the way. I didn't actually come from the past. I was just finishing making dinner and then scarfing it down. Anyways, Polaroids of the Quiet Apocalypse challenge. We must acquire all... Oh, you can't see the document, but that's fine. Acquire all 27 non-Tails related Polaroids across the world and map the vista associated with them. And then you have to acquire the camera from Sundered Pass and take photos of specific locations on the document that I'm looking at right now. Professional stream here, everyone. That's funny. It's not a professional stream. And then, yeah, take photos of specific locations listed in the document. Dude, I'm about to rip this stupid mic arm apart with my bare hands. And then use those pictures that you take to make framed photos and put them up in Camp Office. There isn't really a time limit, but I probably will add a time limit to this in case if someone else wants to try it. What in the hell? What in the hell? What? How did you know? How did you know there was a new one? Oh, you ruined it. No, I'm kidding. It's fine. So sound commands, yeah, the link, the list of sound commands is so large that I have to put it in the Discord. But you found the newest one. I was hoping Jess would do it because she's the only one that does it, but that's fine. We'll keep it a secret because she's not here yet. Shh, everyone be quiet. Castle, be quiet. Only we want Jess to learn about that one naturally. There's actually 2 new ones. All right, what are we doing? Where are we at? Let's find out. Oh, Coastal Highway. Fun. My eyes. So, I definitely need to turn meow down. Oh, I picked that up just instinctively.
That pisses me off!
Christ almighty. I'm getting bombarded. Nadia, thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate it. She's coming? Oh no, Jess is coming. Thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate it. Enjoy your emotes, and you'll also get a credit added to each video, each, main video for the remainder of your membership. Thank you. I don't need that. Do I need to fix anything? I'll fix this. Yeah, Jess will be here soon, probably. If I had to guess. Castle, you just did one, didn't you? You fool. You absolute fool. Okay. So, we are in Coastal. These are all the pictures I've taken. Bleak Inlet, Bleak Inlet. So we haven't taken anything from Coastal Highway yet. Do I have the Polaroid for Coastal Highway? Oh, you know how I would know? There's nothing on the map, so no. I think we were in the process of figuring out where it was. Which means I need to pull out the map. I know, right? How could I possibly need the map for Coastal Highway? Well, do you memorize the location of all the Polaroid spawns? Didn't think so. I mean, there's a couple that are static. They don't move. Like the Far Territory ones. Except for... They changed it.
Could we interest you in some chocolate?
Chocolate?
I love that one.
Did you say chocolate? Chocolate? Chocolate!
I'm gonna wait till this is over.
Chocolate!
Oh yeah, Jess is here. Oh, perfect. No one tell her. Nadia, just so you know, or everyone should know, if you don't know, if two people do it at the same time, the second one will get overridden. So you can try again right now, Nadia. Castle, why? Why would you ruin it? You bastard. Okay. So we are there. So I would have checked those two Polaroid spawns. Okay, so we got to go to Jackrabbit. And then after that... Oh, Jackrabbit is the only other spot. Okay. And then before I continue, where am I taking pictures? So I was Quonset Garage was signed under Aurora.
You were almost a Jill sandwich.
Love that one. Quonset Garage was signed under Aurora Lights. Ooh, fun. And Misanthrope's Homestead Docks. Okay. Good to know. Let's continue. We can get to Jackrabbit today, I think. Or before nighttime. We actually... Maybe we go to the town site, because we could get an Aurora tonight. And that would actually be helpful. Keeping an eye on my stupid microphone. It keeps slipping. Yeah, there was two new ones, but you ruined one. Why would you ruin it? She's gonna see it. Lord Zand, welcome. Find your channel through Zachnafane. The Long Dark Newbie, but loving it so far. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm really glad. Thank you, and also thank you, Zach, for sending it my way. A lot of people find me through Zach. I appreciate that so much. Hopefully no Aurora. Werewolves while taking picture. Daniel's here. Welcome. How are you doing? Where are the wolves? Speaking of them. Oh, there they are. Right on schedule. Right on schedule to ruin my day. So I will actually No, I don't need those. I need the
Could end up being useful.
all right. Yes, we love the Long Dark players. I don't need these. The photo frames use firwood. Guys, if you spam it too much, I might have to increase the cooldown. I love it. I love the sound commands. It makes the clips even funnier. But you drive me nuts. No, I'm kidding. They're great. I love them. Hopefully it doesn't deter people. That's one thing I've been worried about. Is that the sound commands deter people from joining. But it doesn't seem like it's an issue so far. Kirk is here as well. Thank you for joining, Kirk. How are you doing? Kirk, I cannot wait till the next podcast. I can't wait to see the holiday party aftermath. That's going to be incredible. Ellis in the house. Oh, no. Some people might not know about the whole Ellis thing. Ellis is basically Kirk's alternate ego if he was in a zombie apocalypse. Oh, you got ill with the flu. Oh, no. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully you're feeling better now, though. The flu is not fun. It really isn't. I don't really need to search vehicles, now that I realize it. There's not going to be anything in there that I need. We're just here for the Aurora. Awoa. Right, those are going to be for Blackrock. Okay. I've got leather for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, I needed to repair this.
I'd better find some water.
At this point, it's not going to work. Yeah. Water. Kirk is one wild, fun person. Wild indeed. After dark and under a certain circumstance, Kirk can get kind of weird, but in a good way. That's why there's no such thing as the Survivor's Corner podcast after dark. It'd be too wild. Do I even have a rifle? No, so I don't know why I was gonna grab those bullets. I don't need this, right? No. That's dangerous. You can't do that. I have a lot of food. Not sure why I have all this with me. This is the right save, right? Hello, Meh. Welcome. Fisherman, welcome. A lot of people here today. Anna's here too. I think I saw that earlier. Welcome, everyone. Time to put on your thinking cap? Why? I don't like to think. You know that. Me no think. Oh, perfect. This is exactly what we needed. I think I was like starving to death at some point in Bleak Inlet, but now we're good. I've got too much food, it seems. Quonset garage and sign under Aurora lights. Perfect. Reloading. Okay, let me do something about the old inventory. We're gonna come back through here anyway, so if I'm somehow starving to death, then we can grab those on the way back. But there's plenty of food here. In fact, I can leave it for the trip back. After this, we're gonna go to, when we're done here, we're gonna go to Desolation Point, because that's the third to last region. Then after that, go back to Mystery Lake, and then from there, we're just gonna drop off some stuff at Mystery Lake, and then book it to Blackrock. That is the last region we got to do. All right, let me test my theory here. It indeed seems suspiciously devoid of wolves. And I wonder why. Mayhaps it has something to do with the lights. I'm kind of curious now. I want to go find a wolf and drag it over here. With the cougar mauling, I'll wear 2 moose cloaks and a armor vest. I think there is a way that you can do it without the moose cloaks. When Zach did his cougar science video, he had a really good loadout of clothing that can help you tank the cougar. Nipu, I think that's how that's pronounced. If not, let me know. Thank you for joining. Going to make more of those Black Frost wishlist videos? I sure am, because we know it's not coming out early 2026. TSA confiscated Granny's prosthetic legs. The hell? Oh, my leg. Got it. Yeah. Ooh, that's dangerous. Hold on. Yep. Come and get it. This is playing with fire right here. This is playing with fire right here. I think they are scared of it. Yeah. And I think this is relatively new. Ever since they added the visual enhancements, all these electrical sparks, I think they are scared of these lights. No wonder I never see Aurora wolves here. What am I doing? Do you think Black Frost will have story mode, or could the story mode be like Tails? I think it's gonna be like Tails. It's gonna be like survival mode. I think that's the best way to do it, because they've shown that the Tails is probably the better way to do story in the game.
Nothing to drink.
All right, Will. Thanks for being rude. Yeah, I would actually prefer if they do it in survival mode, because then you can do the story at your own pace while also surviving, like just doing the normal sandbox stuff. What topic will you make the wishlist videos of? That depends on you guys. If you want to suggest a topic, let me know in the comments, or you can let me know here if you want to. Just let me know in the comments of any video, really, like what you want me to do in terms of Black Frost videos. I think we're gonna wait until after episode 5, or right before episode 5 releases, to get another Black Frost video out. Because one thing I want to cover the next few months before episode 5 releases. Obviously, I want to get my big Far Territory history video. That's the first thing I'm doing this year. Then after that, I want to focus almost exclusively on Raft, because I want that full series to be done before episode 5 releases. Because the whole point of that was just to kind of have a little safety net, something that I can, pad out the content for the rest of the year last year. And it definitely helped a little bit. But obviously the views aren't great. I kind of just want to get it done and over with, because it's going to be a very limited series. I think it's only going to be... What am I doing? Only going to be like 12 videos long. And right now we're at... we're going to be on the 6th video of the series. If I can get that done before episode 5, that's great, because that means all of April and May, maybe even June, will be all episode 5 content. We can sprinkle in Black Frost here and there. So... I think we'll wait till March. Maybe I'll do a poll sometime later this month or next month with some topic ideas and let you guys vote on what you want to see first. And then maybe I'll get that video out like early March, potentially. But right now I'm just fully focused on that. Very long video for the Far Territory. And then after that, it's all Raft for the most part. Maybe we'll do like one other The Long Dark video. We'll see. I completely on the approach to story. I completely agree, I think is what you meant to say. I think that Hinterland realized that their community loves to tell their own stories in their world, and the tales let them do that while also putting their own. Yes, I agree. Yeah. The way that the tales worked in survival, I think was the perfect way to do story content in a survival game. Because originally, The Long Dark was supposed to be Wintermute. But clearly they probably have realized by now that they have something special here with the survival aspect to the game, the sandbox. Just considering they put so much work into the sandbox, and considering how much the sandbox has caused The Long Dark to not only be delayed so much, like the original plan, Wintermute, but also how massive the game has gotten, both in Wintermute and survival mode. As you could see, like through episode 3 and 4, those episodes are much longer than the previous two. I think episode 3... Actually, I think episode 4, at least from a story standpoint, what I've seen in my videos, episode 4 is like the length of episodes 1 through 3 combined. Oh my god, that's loud. Castle, you ruined it. You ruined it. So, yeah, they've definitely been putting a lot more work into Wintermute as well as survival mode. It's all because of survival mode, and I hope that they see that what they have with survival mode and what they did with the tales is probably the best way to go about creating and adding story to their franchise. And yeah, it's the best way to let the player play a sandbox mode, learn the lore of the game, find the stories hidden within it, and also create their own story along the way. Plus, I mean, I think that's the best way to do it. If there's going to be RPG elements added to the second game, I think that might be the way to go, is to make it open world fully, no dedicated story mode, and just have the story built in. Oh, the duck toast. I've been meaning to get that one replaced because I don't want to use a real picture of a duck for that. I was also thinking maybe changing it for a ptarmigan instead and have someone draw a ptarmigan for me. But we'll see. So Jess discovered Kitty. Oh.
Meow?
You discovered Meow and Kitty. I had the Meow one in mind for quite a while. Sonic screaming Meow from the movie. Not screaming, but you know what I mean. I need to turn those down as well, I just realized. But yeah. I had that in mind, and of course I had to add an actual kitty for you. So Kitty is the cat from Minecraft. And obviously Meow is Sonic yelling Meow. I'm turning down Kitty, and I'm turning down Meow. Because they loud.
What's your name again?
Big mouth prick.
Very good. Sit down. Cousin...
What was the one I
Nico.
need to turn up?
That's it, Nico. Not Big Mouth Brick. You funny guy.
I try.
My cousin. My cousin was too quiet. We'll raise that by 5%. My cousin's so good, but it is very long. That's why we can't have it too loud. I'm glad you loved them. I did that today, quickly before... in between making dinner, I had to make it for you. If you want to do joke entry, that's fine. Just see if there's a category where it might actually fit. Where's the nature's alarm clock sound command? Oh, probably never. I don't know if I want to do that. I wish there was a way to get the sound files from the game, though. Clank. If I could do that, that would be great, because then I can get, like, the wolf howling. Or maybe the bear growl. And the cougar as well. Those would be great. One that I really want to get is the rabbit squealing when it's being chased by a wolf. I think that'd be hilarious. I'm playing a completely different game, and all of a sudden I hear the rabbit. Eee! really loud. I think that'd be hilarious. You're welcome, Jess. I'm glad you enjoyed them. After 18 months, we got Kitty. It's not been 18 months. When did I implement the sound commands? I don't remember. It hasn't been 18 months since she asked. No way. Castle, do you not know about this concept called time? You're on a cooldown, buddy. It's a minute. We are going this way so that I can find the Polaroid. I think it's over here by Jackrabbit. At least that's what the map says. I always thought there was a couple bodies that could have the Polaroids out here, but I guess not. Unless they changed. Oh, I have the document. The document shows all the Polaroid spots. Maybe the wiki is different. I'm gonna trust that the wiki is more up to date than the maps, because the maps can be out of date sometimes. Okay. Huh. This is not good. There are only 3 Polaroid spots on the map that I'm looking at. There are 7 possible locations in the wiki. Oh no. 1, 2, 3, 4. I already checked those 3. 4. Now, unless I'm blind, I'm somehow missing 3 of them on this map. Okay. On a hilltop northwest of Rock Fall, in a backpack, or on a corpse. Oh god. Castle, no. What have we done?
Whatever, buddy. Just take over the world someplace else,
Yeah,
all right?
buddy.
You're in the
Take
goddamn
off.
way.
Screw you
Come
all!
on,
My
man.
cousin is here! Nico Bellic! He's the fucking man, bitches!
God, that is so... that is too much. Maybe I gotta turn it back down. Are you sure about the maps being up to date? Because the one I'm looking at is wrong. This is on the Steam community guide. Like, the collective map guide, I guess. I wish they had, like, release dates for these map updates, because this map is very wrong. It's missing multiple spots. Guess who has to go all the way to the other side of the island? Because there's a Polaroid spot over there. Basically where the road, where the bridge is, the broken one. In a backpack between Misanthrope's homestead and Jackrabbit Island. Okay, that one right there. Yeah. See, I knew there were some that I found before, and they're not on this map. Body next to the fallen tree north of fishing camp. I've gone to that one. I've gone to the tooth. I've gone to... I hope to God I found that one. Or went to that one. Backpack north. Backpack on the ledge behind the abandoned lookout. On the ledge behind? Backpack? I don't see a backpack here. Corpse south of Jackrabbit Island, sitting on the base of the cliff. Backpack next to the tooth. Oh, there's 2 of them here for the tooth. Backpack near the cabin northwest of the tooth. Ah, I went to that one, and the tooth, and the one above the fishing cabins. So I gotta go to that one. So I gotta go to that one. That one. Apparently there's one by the lookout. Oh, beneath. I'm misreading that. Not behind, beneath. Man, I think I need to go see if I'm dyslexic or something. Beneath the tower. Okay, so it's by the 4 cabins. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I know what I'm doing now. Yeah, unfortunately, we've got to check all of these spots. This is one of the spots right here. I knew that I found one on this corpse before. On a different save. That's why I was so confused. Like, it's not on the map, but I've absolutely found the Polaroid here before.
Wonder if this is any good to eat.
Alright, let's continue. I'm going to unread you and your comment. How about that? There's a backpack in a cave under lookout. Oh. Ooh, yeah, maybe we need to climb down. That would be unfortunate if that's the case. This discrepancy on the map is going to delay this the trip to Black Rock for sure. I think we're just going to have to rest here at Jackrabbit after this. Let's go to the next spot, which is right here below Jackrabbit. It's like right behind these rocks. And then go all the way to the end of the region. By the broken down bridge. And then rest here at Jackrabbit afterwards. See, I need these. But I don't want to carry them with me. Oh my Jeebus. Master Horus with the sub, scaring the shit out of me. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Fish. I don't think we got the body. Kitty. You got the highest trust with the trader today? Nice. See, I didn't know that there was more dialogue with the trader when you get to high trust. That is a mistake I made when I was making all the trader related videos, but fortunately there's no new lore in those high trust conversations. It's very brief. It's not even like a true conversation. I think the body would be there. Okay, moving on. So I'm really glad that there's no lore that I missed. It would be really awkward to do another video on that actually at this point. Mars is sleeping on your laptop. Aww. Your life is complete. That's adorable. Mars is Stars' newish cat, I believe. I think they've only had him for a couple months now, if I'm not mistaken. Kitty is adorable. Mars is a good kitty, but also a bad kitty sometimes. Just ask Stars. What did Mars do in a recent stream? A very unfortunate event happened. You got an achievement. Oh. Wait, what? I'm confused. How many trades? You can probably look that up on the Wiki Castle. Yeah, there's an achievement for the for when you reach max what's it called? Trust. We got him at the beginning of October, I believe. He is a Mr. Mischief man. Stepped on the power button of the PC, yeah. I was there for that. I might have to start blasting the wolves from now on. Actually, this will be good backup ammo for Blackrock, because we're going to be blasting wolves there as well. Timber or otherwise. Oh, that bridge isn't broken down. Never mind. Actual moron over here. Yeah, I think Mars just wanted attention, but Mars doesn't understand how important streaming is. Or I guess not just streaming, content creation in general. Ah! So I think it's past the bridge. Okay. Hold on, I'm covering the stream. Up there, there's a corpse. I cannot wait to find out that this is... Ooh. Look at that. That the Polaroid is over by the abandoned tower. Like below it. Some interesting beachcombing finds here. But I don't really need any of it. Oh, wait. Okay. Put this away. You can only do that with beachcombing, by the way. But I don't want any of that. Or with crampons. Crampons will give you enough time to quickly open the container or locker or whatever. Grab this stuff or put it back in if you want. Quickly, though. You got to do it quick. You can't just spend time looking at the item. You got to put it away or take it with you. And then back away. That's the one of the nice things about the crampons. He's got lots of attention. I think Mars is getting too much attention by the sounds of it and is expecting more. Kitty is hungry for attention. Please let this not be for nothing. Well, if the Polaroid isn't here, I could reload the save and get back to Coastal Townsite. That is an option. I wouldn't be losing any loot that I need. I'm actually kind of hoping this isn't the Polaroid. Ooh, okay. I'm actually kind of glad about that. Let's reload, because we're not losing anything important here. Let me just double check. I've got the picture, right? From last night? Yes. Okay. Yeah, we didn't lose anything major. Let's just try that again. But this time we are going to... Nope. The only other spot is right below the abandoned lookout. So... I hope it's not the backpack in that little cave. There's a ledge below it, and then below that is the cabins. I don't have a rope. We're gonna have to go find a rope, maybe. Let's go to the cabins first and see if it's that backpack that's there. If not, then I need to go find a rope. My kitty's following me around, meowing. She finally thinks of me as her mama. Oh, that's adorable. That's so sweet. What is that picture with the flag? Oh, you mean in-game? Sure, let's just do this in the middle of nowhere. This? I took that the other day. That's actually the picture I used for the test photography challenge post. The example one. It's a very good picture. I need to figure out if you can take the Polaroids out of the game. Like this. Is this an actual PNG you can get out of the game files? I'm kind of hoping that's the case, but as far as I know, I don't think you can. I need to figure out if that's possible. That what's in the picture is the what it's called, Fallen Lighthouse. Yeah, the Fallen Lighthouse in Bleak Inlet. That was a very good picture opportunity, and I took it. Oh boy, ankle. Don't break the ankle. No burr. Okay, good. Is that a wolf? think I missed, but that's fine. Really was just trying to scare it. Scare the poop out of it. Your cat's name's Nova? Oh, that's adorable. That's so cute. Oh yeah, ooh, forgot about this. Glad I remembered. Thanks for reminding me about the kitty. So everyone knows on Sunday I'm gonna do some more Minecraft. I'm gonna open the server up again. How did that go right over its head? I'm gonna open up the Bedrock server again so that we can play some Minecraft again to make up for the one in stream that was interrupted. That is a Bedrock world, so you can play it on PC or console. It's unmodded and it's just a normal world. It's not a server or anything like that. So you will need to somehow friend me either through Xbox or Minecraft. Not sure why there's multiple different ways to do it, but it's really annoying how to set it up. Almost makes me want to just set up a server at this point, but I don't really have the money for that right now. But as long as you have Bedrock, you should be able to join. And what we're doing on that server world, you know what I mean. It's not a server, but it's a world, a community world. We're just building. We're playing the game as normal, building without mobs though, and hunger. It's in peaceful mode. So you still need to go out and get the materials and all that, but all we're really doing is just building stuff. I want to build a little farm town. I think that'd be kind of cool. Or maybe just like a big ranch looking place, you know, with animals and crop fields and all that. Maybe 1 or 2 houses and some sheds. Anyone can build whatever they want, really, as long as it doesn't interfere with anyone's creations. So this is the backpack that I'm thinking of. Okay. Oh, the rope is already here. Okay. Then that works. Have you seen Has Been Hotel yet? No, I haven't. I'm sorry. I've been busy. I did watch the first one again, and it looks very good. The first episode. I need to get back to that. It's just one of those shows that I can't put on and just listen in the background. I have to actually watch it. And I have trouble just sitting there watching shows nowadays like that. I think it's definitely a side effect of the rotting of our attention, you know, our ability to pay attention to things. Like, content has evolved in a way that's just kind of ruining everything.
This'll come in handy.
Oh. That's not good. You know what I mean? So like when I'm playing a game, sometimes I have music playing, like from Spotify, or a video playing on my phone. Oh no. Fuck. I think we gotta backtrack to the tooth. I hate to do this again, but we're gonna do this again. Reload. We need to find this Polaroid or we can't move on. Well, I could do this later, but I don't want to do this later. I wanted to get this done now. No. Most... like 5 years ago, maybe more, people would just play a game or watch a TV show with nothing else going on. Probably closer to 10 years. Nowadays, it's really hard for me to just play a game or watch a show. I have to have something else going on, I guess. Like, I'll be on my phone or watching a show, but I'll just be scrolling through Reddit. Like, that's it. But if it's a show that I haven't watched before, like the Fallout show, I will absolutely watch it, pay attention, because why would I miss out watching it? But if, say, I'm just sitting through a rerun of like Rick and Morty or something like that, like a binge session of a show that I've already seen, I will just be on my phone while listening. When I play Helldivers 2, always listen to music. It's so much better with custom music, I think, instead of the in-game music. But if it's a more relaxing game like Stardew, then I will put on a video and just listen to the video. Speaking of Stardew, stars. Stardew, yay, nay? Is that gonna be possible anytime soon? I know your break's ending soon. And your PC's indisposed at the moment, but I'm still willing to do it. I think it'll be entirely dependent on your schedule though, because you will be, you know, busy. So we'll make sure that it works with you specifically. But I will set up the mods and figure out how we're gonna play that. Some games are so immersed that I want to just be with the game. I agree for sure, especially story games. Sandboxy open world games, you tend to have background noise. I feel the same. Yeah, if it's story that I'm focusing on, then I will focus on the story. Nah, it's Stalker. I'm not even cold. It's a coastal region. I'll be fine. No need for tea. I got to have a podcast when I'm gaming now. Yeah. I think we're all more or less in the same wheel. Wheel? We're all more or less in the same bus. There we go. The wheel on the bus. Why not? No, you got your PC back? Okay. Okay. Yeah, let me know. I will start setting up the mods. You okay with me adding Stardew Expanded? Because I really love Stardew Expanded and I want to play through more of that.
Like popcorn, and the back alley still stinks like piss.
The kitty took a piss in the alley. That's adorable. I love you guys. You're turning these sound commands into something more. Telling little stories with them. I'm just gonna make up a story with the sound effects that just played. But the cat went into the alley and took a leak. That's the story I'm getting from that. Okay, so here's the tooth. There's nothing here though. No backpack, nothing. No corpse either. My only guess is that it's up by the cabin up here. This means I gotta go backwards now. Because I did notice that the Polaroid is not on a body. It's on a backpack. But it was hidden. It's behind the rock that's there. By the house. Yes? Okay. We'll play with Stardew Expanded. I really love Stardew Expanded. I love how much more story it adds to the game. Not just like with the base character, the new characters, but with the base characters as well, the originals. There's so much more going on. Also, Stardew 1.7 is a thing. The update. It's in the works right now. Which means Spooky Chocolate is not coming out anytime soon. But I think Concerned Ape did recently say that since the co-op update with Stardew, I don't remember what update that was. He's had a team of people working on Stardew for him, or with him, not for. So there is an actual dev team working on Stardew content. So whenever Concerned Ape has an idea, then only part of his attention is being taken away, I guess. Fortunately. Is it up there? It's over here. So hopefully Haunted Chocolatier will come out soon. We haven't heard anything about that for years. It's been a while since they announced it. I cannot wait, and I hope it has co-op from the start. That'd be really nice. I'm actually curious what engine Stardew's on. I think it might be Unity. Wonder what's coming in the new update. I'm curious about that too. This most recent update's actually really nice. I like it a lot. It's just more quality of life features and systems. With the mystery box, there's a new weather event that I've come across. There's a new community event that happens. There's a couple of other like really nice quality of life features in there as well. Yeah, the most recent update was really nice. Oh, and then the fishing frenzies are really cool. Game Maker.
I could be a horse.
Oh, interesting.
Let's stay in a lot because I love horses.
Wait another year, Astrid. Almost there. We've almost got horses that we can maybe eat. I don't know. We probably won't be able to eat them. I can't imagine Hinterland letting you do that. If Red Dead Redemption 2 won't even let you harvest a dead horse, there's no way in hell Hinterland's gonna let you kill and eat a horse in Black Frost. So I think I was distracted by this, thinking that's where the Polaroid spawns. But it's actually a backpack that's supposed to be back here. Fuck. Oh! The map lied to me. Oh, it was right here. Oh, God. We could have picked this up at the end of the last stream. Oh, well. We got it now. We probably would have been done with Desolation Point by now. That region's so tiny. Oh, wait. Oh, there's no Polaroid. There's no vistas in Desolation Point. So we would have just needed to take the pictures. Well, darn it. New Peak update. I need to play Peak at some point, too. But with people, though, I don't want to do it by myself. I played it the one time by myself. And it was fun, but I feel like it'd be way better with people. For sure. Junkyard, welcome. As I grow up, everything lost appeal so much. I used to love watching this game at nights. Really? Well, hopefully that changes because we got a big new update coming soon with some story content. Oh no, what happened to you? And also the new game too, so hopefully you find that spark, I guess, that everyone found when they discovered the Long Dark. But thank you for joining, I appreciate it. I hope you're having a good day. Hold on, let me look at the Peak update. They've been pumping out content for that game like crazy. The last big update was for Christmas Castle. Oh yeah, there was a Baby No Money concert in Peak. That's crazy. Oh, could you imagine Peak becoming the next Fortnite? It's already on the way. I'm not bald. No, I'm not bald. I don't think people are going to be leaving this game behind this year. Hinterland certainly won't be leaving it behind either. This game isn't going away anytime soon. People will be playing this for many years to come. Especially if Hinterland does give us the post development content that they were promising. The mod support and the enhanced custom settings. Those two alone, I think, would keep the Long Dark alive for many, many years. I really hope so. Because one thing I've always wanted to do is to play this game modded, but I don't because of the fear of the game breaking. But Kirk actually has a solution that I'm going to try to look into. Kirk Steven. To basically download 2 versions of the game and have one sort of like a different profile. So that when the game updates, the mod profile does not update. But the regular one does. And then that way you can play the game modded and not have to worry about the game breaking every update. And mods super broke. Mods are turbo broke right now because of a big change they did with the game engine. They updated it to a certain engine version that caused all the mods to break in a way that the mod developers don't even know how to fix. It's pretty bad. So yeah. There's probably videos out there how to do it, like how to create a second Steam game profile so that you can have mods on one and one unmodded. Fisherman, welcome. I think you were you here earlier? I don't remember. But welcome if you weren't. As soon as Black Frost comes out, the Long Dark will have even newer players, and all the veteran players will go to Black Frost. Test the limits on survival. I don't think that's going to be the case. I feel like a majority of the player base right now will still play both. I can't imagine everyone dropping this game for Black Frost when Black Frost is probably going to be really buggy and incomplete when it comes out, because it's going into early access for a reason, because it's far from being done. It's a game they're going to plan on developing for, dare I say, 10 years, but I don't know. They haven't said that specifically. But 10 years for Black Frost seems kind of reasonable, especially since they proved that they can do it. But in order to do that, they need to have early access. They need to have an early access period. Okay, we're here with the Polaroid. We can map this. Now that's a vista. This, on the other hand, these aren't vistas. They don't even show, like, anything. Cattail, Rosehip, Zone of Contamination vistas suck. They really do. Stars. That's hilarious. Oh, good. I was running out of... Wait. Oh, no. Never mind. I thought I was running out of ammo. Considering I have shot and killed 2... Is it 2 bear? I've killed 2 bears with the flare gun. Unintentionally. In this series. Because they were in my way. I didn't even take the meat because I didn't need it. Because this is more of a nomadic series than anything. Oh, wait. Can I... Yeah. Right? No, we're good. I was about to say that was going to be food poisoning number 8. No, we're good. That, on the other hand, in the top left, that's I'm leaving that behind. Too risky for a bisky. I cannot wait for Black Frost either. I'm so excited for it. But we got a lot of time to wait, potentially. Alright, we're going to take a little nappy nap here. Mr. Lake Vista looking out over the lake. Yeah, I like that one too as well. It's a good one. Let's get some rest here. Aimbotting? What do you mean? I was aiming over their bodies. I wasn't aiming at them directly. You stop lying, you. Aimbotting. Who aimbots these days? I've never seen food poisoning from soda. Yeah, I think that's like the one food that's safe to eat. Hey, who turned off the lights? Do you have any coffee? Huh. I have some. Just, for some reason, I have not made any. I'll make some when I get down from here. Is this all the Polaroids? No, I still gotta do the 2 from Blackrock. Those are easy to get, but Blackrock is a terrible region. And I'm just gonna be shooting wolves left and right when I get there. I will single-handedly make the wolf species extinct in Blackrock. If I have to. It's the last region for a reason. Did I disable the cougar? Yes, I did. Good. Because I just realized my mistake if I had. We would have to go buy the cougar in Blackrock again. No cougars. Which is good. I do not like Blackrock at all. I despise it. I am thirsty. I don't have anything to drink. So I'm going to take a little quick ad break. Might as well go to the bathroom as well. I will be right back. Do whatever you like while I'm gone. Take a bathroom break as well. grab a snack, stretch. But just let the ad play. I would greatly appreciate that. I will be right back. Kitty. I'm back. You also hate BlackRock? Same. Oh, I had to go downstairs to go to the bathroom, of course. Ooh, key lime. Delicious. Okay. Oh, right, fog. This is very dangerous. I need to listen just in case there's a bear. Let me just do this. You hate the ZOC? I like it because of it's a different aesthetic and theme. Visually it's beautiful. But I hate the poison wolves because they don't wolf like wolves do. They are their own species of wolves, and I despise them. They're somehow worse than timber wolves. Ankle. I despise poison wolves. Timber wolves I'm okay with because they're predictable-ish. Poison wolves are not predictable. I hear the bear. It's right next to me. Is this going to be number 3? Is this going to be number 3? Let me make sure I've reloaded. It's going to be number 3. Where is the bear? Okay, I see it, but it's going away from me. I just need to get to Quonset. Well, then don't get the chemical poisoning then. It's not that hard. Why are you hanging out in the chemical poison? Oh, lumpy. What is your least favorite Timberwolf region, and what is your favorite Timberwolf region? I hate to say it, but I think my most favorite Timberwolf region is Thunder Pass. Because Blackrock sucks and Bleak Inlet's ass. Like, oh, right. Are you saying Legacy Timberwolf region or any region with Timberwolves? I don't even know what they all are. The other regions are fine. The Legacy Timberwolf regions are still infested. You'll get the occasional regular wolf, but the Legacy ones are still horrific to play through. Sometimes. Yeah, no. I know that Thunder Pass is like literally walking through hell, especially in that one area. But if you have enough flares to chain through, you'll be fine. Thunder Pass here below. You should do Thunder Pass next after HRV. Okay, we're here. Damn, it seems like Barb had to kill someone in here. Holy shit. Is there any blood in the ground? No. She must have done some reloading while she was here. No Barb rifle to be seen. Let me eat this. Why do I have these? That's a good question. Get rid of those. I should grab some water. And some Z's too. I'm a little tired. I'll grab that to get through the cave and Bleak and Desolation Point. Crumbling Highway. You know what I mean. Same difference. Any region with timbers. Yeah, like the newer regions with Timberwolves, they're not that bad. I don't mind them at all. I think the Legacy Timberwolf regions are far worse. They're not as bad as they were before, though. Yeah, those Legacy ones are still pretty rough. Let's do this real quick, make a coffee. Because it's late. Favorite region to spend time in the most? I think it's got to be Coastal Highway right now because of the trader. For sure. Your favorite is Broken Railroad.
Turned out pretty well.
I don't remember the results of that poll I did. I don't know why I threw coal in there. Why did I throw coal in there? That was a waste. I did a poll a little while back to see what people's favorite regions were. Or actually, it was more of a tournament. Maybe we'll redo that at some point. It's been a while since I did that. Do I have any of those? I do. No, we just need like a coffee to get through. Alright. Let's get to Sutherland's house. Dragonborn, welcome. How are you doing? Been randomizing bingo and got Southern Pass. Ooh. You can always ignore the... So loud. You can always ignore the bingo generator region if you want to. Because the game itself will randomly select a region if you hit random. That's also an option. I remember when the announcement trailer for the Fog Territories, they showed a timber at the train station. Oh, really? Interesting. I gotta rewatch that. I should maybe rewatch all the old trailers. If you've never seen the trailer for episode 3, I would recommend you watch it. There's footage, in-game footage of Astrid's perspective as she's going through Mountain Town, through Milton. after the plane crash. It's not in the game anywhere. It's only in the trailer. It's a very rare look at what she saw. And that's one of the few ways that we know that what was going on there, like visually. And you can see there was a blizzard. I think there was also aurora lights. At the, oh, Jesus Christ, the burps. At the same time. Let's look at it together, actually. Hopefully the music is the in-game music. Let me mute just in case this is not copywritten. Or this is copywritten. Because I don't know if they do that. I'm not sure. Hinterland. It's a very rare look at a scene that's not even in the game. Crossroads Elegy launch trailer. 6 years ago. Oh god, 6 years ago. Okay. There doesn't seem to be music here. So this is the part that I'm talking about. I actually used this in a video to explain like things that were happening to Astrid. This is in game. So that's the plane crash. There's Grey Mother's house and Milton. It's very brief. This is not even in the game. So here's the, yeah, her waking up at the plane crash. I wish there was a way to go in slow-mo. I think there might be, but I don't know it. Yeah, you can see Blizzard and Aurora. Do you see that? At the exact same time. Because there was a blizzard the night of the first flare. And also there's an Aurora. Obviously the first flare was the Aurora. And then later, Grey Mother's house right there on the left. You can still see a blizzard. You don't see an Aurora, though. So this is a little later, though. At this point, the first flare has passed. But in the game, Hobbs says that a electrical fire sparks the schoolhouse. I think there was more than just one Aurora. It was one big one followed by a bunch of little ones, which would spark all the electrical fires. This is her writing Perseverance in the bus with her blood. This is the Keeper's Pass tunnel. This is in Keeper's Pass, where she passes out. That's the spot where Molly finds her. And then you hear the crow in the background, which is really cool. I love this. I definitely need to go through all of the cutscenes, the trailers. Because that one caught me by surprise. An in-game scene that's not even in the game. It's really cool. Should be able to speed. Yeah, you could do like you could reduce the speed, but I would love to go through like frame by frame essentially. Oh, that's I had it muted the whole time, but that's fine. You didn't need to listen, really. I don't think it's cut content. I think it's just them trying to make a trailer to connect it back to the previous episodes. Because we can figure out Astrid's trail by playing through episode 1, and so the trailer's trying to convey what exactly happened. It's showing you what she went through. Just it's not a scene in the game though. I kind of wish it was, but I think the trailer kind of bridges the gap between episodes 1 and 3 for Astrid. Oh, we don't have the little box though. I was kind of hoping we had the box, but that's fine. Should I maybe do it from the other direction? Oh yeah, and then we can get Misanthrope's house in the background. There we go. So is the mills near Desolation Point? I think it is. I'll show you in a sec where I think it is. Uh-oh.
It's dusk, so night can't be far behind.
No. Look at that view. Oh my goodness. Didn't they redo that trailer to show us? No. No, I don't think so. I do vaguely remember... No. I think it's in episode 1. In that trailer. Where it shows Will walking by the burned down house. Oh, I know where it is. It's in the previously on part. In episode 3. Astrid explains her story up to that point. I think it shows a close-up of the burned schoolhouse. Yeah. I think that's where that is, what you're thinking of. Bedtime. Let's go sleep in Daddy Sutherland's bed. Nepu. Toasty. What's your opinion on Wintermute in general? Do you like the story? I would say yes. There's definitely parts of it that leave a lot to be desired, for sure. Like, I appreciate like them trying to like build up the world a bit more with some of these episodes, specifically episode 2 and parts of 1. But a lot of those 2 episodes really did feel like filler. Like it wasn't necessary. Like episode 1, I think primarily the point of that was to kind of give Will, as well as the player, a glimpse into, you know, his future. The reason why he was paired up with Grey Mother is because she's essentially like a mirror image of him. They both went through a tragic event that eventually led to divorce/separation with their partner. I think we now have confirmation that Astrid and Will did get divorced. It's mentioned in episode 2, apparently. I've somehow missed that. And it's all ties back to both of them losing a child. Allegedly. We still don't know what happened to Will and Astrid's kid, but supposedly Will is responsible for the death of their child. And I think Grey Mother is a really good way to sort of help Will, you know, get through his trauma a little bit, get through what he's been feeling. He was literally moments away from confessing what he felt to Astrid, like how bad he felt, maybe saying that he still loved her. I think Grey Mother's part in the story is very essential to what's going to happen in episode 5, to like help Will, you know, get his thoughts together. And all right, Will, I'm trying to talk about your fucking backstory here, to get his thoughts straight and, you know, really hammer in the emotional, you know, therapy that he needs with Astrid when they finally reunite. But yeah, Grey Mother is basically himself in a mirror, but much older. It's the worst case scenario, and I'd like to think that it's intentional. Obviously, I think it's a really good thing to write into the story, to someone that's going through a traumatic, you know, experience gets to meet someone that has already gone through and has gone down a really deep and sad spiral, to hopefully help him turn his life around. Besides that, everything else going on in episode 1 and all of episode 2 just feels like filler. Like they could have just condensed it all into one episode. Honestly, episode 2, it's my least favorite because it just feels pointless. It doesn't really carry the story any further up until the very end when you get to the radio call. I feel like that could have just been done in Mountain Town, because there is a radio tower there. They could have just jammed a small radio station nearby, had Will call from there. But then there's the whole Wintermute scene with Jeremiah, like he needs to learn about the word Wintermute and Atwood and all that. I think that's the roughest part. I do like episode 1 the most, though. That is my favorite so far in terms of story. But there's just a lot of filler in those first few episodes. They're the earliest ones. They were the ones written the most recently, technically, and it's possible that maybe the story has been changed to get it to where it's going to go into for episode 5. 3 is great. I like it. It's a very similar situation with Will and Grandmother in episode 1. Molly is essentially Astrid's grandmother, essentially. Yeah, I don't know why I said that twice. It's a very similar situation. Molly has gone through her, traumatic past with her husband. I just did a short video on this, if you want to watch that. But Molly does have her own video talking about her possible physical and emotional abusive relationship with her ex-husband, now deceased husband, I guess. Let me get this in case of a bear. And through that, we have two different women's stories in life, kind of being compared a little bit. Like Astrid is very intelligent, independent, divorced, working really hard. Whereas Molly was kind of trapped in a traditional wife situation. Molly wanted to be something different, and in that way, they kind of teach each other a little bit about, what life could be and what horrible things that women can go through, unfortunately. Molly got the short end on that, and it's led to some really serious consequences for herself, her husband, the person that abused her, and, more men potentially in the future that run into her. I like those parts of the story where it kind of helps unravel the main characters a little bit and puts them in a position to, completely not maybe completely, you can never resolve these sort of things, but resolve their situation, their trauma, get them the therapy that they need towards the end of the story. I think that's what they're building towards. And I think they're doing it in a really good way, creating another character that has gone, down the deep rabbit hole of trauma, depression, has now, devolved into someone that they should not have been because of the choices or the decisions of someone else. And in that way, that that's basically how they're, going to wrap up Will and Astrid's story, is helping them evolve as a character, as a person. Episode 4 is good. I think it does the best job of carrying the main story forward, because there's a lot of different threads that have been created in Wintermute, which, we've all been wondering how they're going to wrap everything up. I don't really need any of this. And that's why episode 5 is so massive, because they have so many story threads they need to wrap up. I think the story threads for all the characters in the previous episodes are done, except for Will and Astrid, Mathis, and Jace. I think those are the ones that they're going to move forward with, and maybe that's it. But then there's also the Quiet Apocalypse part that is picked up finally in episode 4. And we learn a lot about it despite not knowing that much to begin with. And the teaser trailer does help us learn a little bit more. I'm really glad that they're leaning towards, the resolution for that aspect of the story. What is Wintermute? What's in the hard case, obviously. And Will and Astrid and Will and Mathis. Those are some really big story threads that need to be wrapped up. I think they're going to pull it off really well, especially if they're spending so much time on this. They've likely been working on this since 2020, because they would have been wrapping up episode 4's story content around 2020, because they released it in 2021. They've been working on this for a solid 5.5 years maybe. And I'm really excited to see what that's going to look like, the culmination of everything. It's going to be very long. Some parts of it might not be as polished as others. I just hope that every, you know, stop along the way of the for the story makes sense in some way, and it was worth it. Like I would like to see that Will's time with the bear and that whole, you know, the demon bear story and all that with Jeremiah. I hope to see maybe something in episode 5 that, you know, how do I say it? How do I put this into words? Like, making it all worth it. Because that was the one thing I didn't like about Wintermute is the Lego hard cases filled with Legos. Oh, Kirk. I wish. I hope that every single stop and story thread and distraction, you know, along the way, along this journey is actually worth it in a way. Even if not everything gets resolved, I just hope that it will all be worth it. Ow, my back's killing me now. Can there be HUD on photo for the contest? Ideally, no. You can turn off the HUD, go into your options, visuals, display, and turning it off. You could also do an F10 screenshot, which does remove the HUD for you. But that screenshot, I think, is in 4K and it's too big for Discord. So you'd have to export it to a smaller size somehow, if you know how to do that. That's why I think I specified in the document to use the Steam screenshot option, because it'll be the easiest way to take the screenshot. It'll be in whatever size your monitor is. Although if you have a 4K monitor, it's gonna take a 4K screenshot. But the game does that on its own. It's definitely not 4K resolution on my end, because I don't have a 4K monitor, but it's creating a 4K image regardless of if the resolution is 4K. Oh, that was a lot of talking. And yeah, Discord does not like 4K images. They're too big. That's why I usually just stick with 1080. What was inside the hard case is now a big mess after getting into boxing matches with Mackenzie's head. Yeah, I would not be surprised if they opened the hard case and it turns out whatever was in it was destroyed a long time ago. It didn't survive the transit to Great Bear Island, or it didn't survive a bonk to the head with Will. But that would be an interesting situation, considering the outbreak that's happening. So I wonder how they would work around that. Assuming it's the same situation that we've seen in the game already, in survival mode. Hint, hint, the tails. Yeah, I don't think there would be a solution to the problem in Perseverance Mills if the hard case were, if the contents of the hard case were destroyed. That would be very bad. It would also be very bad if it was full of Legos. Yeah, that's fine. If you want to, you can crop it on your, like, before you submit it. That's totally fine. But it shouldn't matter that much. Yeah, hopefully whatever's in there is some sturdy stuff. If it's a vial with liquid in it, it's probably not intact anymore. That would be really unfortunate. I mean, I did spend all gosh darn day making dinner. My back's killing me. The card case literally has a big fragile text on it. Yeah, but that didn't stop Mathis from doing what he did to it. He used that like a hammer multiple times. Plus, the thing survived a plane crash, so I don't know where this coal came from. I wouldn't be surprised if it's broken, honestly, or damaged. I can't figure out, like, in my head, if what's happening in Perseverance Mills is the same thing that happened in the Tales, what possible medicine could they be using to fix that? Because as far as we can tell, it's like, it's kind of like a neurological switch in the brain. Similar to diabetes, where once you're diabetic, type 2 I think, technically. Once you're diabetic, you can't become undiabetic. It's a switch that's been flipped and cannot be flipped back. That's what I'm picking up on with the Tales outbreak. The Links in Mine outbreak. It's like a chemical or neurological change in the brain that can't be reversed. It's a permanent change. But maybe it's because there's some sort of like block going on. Maybe like a chemical block, like some neurons are like fried, or something's like preventing chemical messages being, you know, distributed in the brain. Maybe the medicine is undoing that. That's what I'm thinking. But we still don't know if that's the actual outbreak. That's what I'm thinking in terms of if it is a Links in Mine outbreak related thing. Desolation Point, Lonely Lighthouse, Under Aurora Lights, The Ricken. Okay. Boy, we're gonna be here for a bit. Oh wait, I can get into guaranteed roll. Yeah. What if it's a suppression medicine? It could be, but it in the Seraphim cutscene, it made it seem like it was already done. Sorry, I'm gonna be burping a lot. Got to go lock in with this video. Yeah, go for it, SARS. Appreciate you stopping by. But video is more important right now, of course. Your video. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Let me know about Stardew. Yeah, it could possibly be a medicine that's like a temporary fix. But if that's the case, that means everyone in Perseverance Mills is going to eventually die. At least the ones that are, you know, infected.
Getting kind of thirsty.
Yeah, same, Will. Same. It could be a medicine that temporarily suppresses the symptoms. But I don't know. And you know, now that I think about it, if this was some sort of incredibly lethal infectious disease that was killing people quickly in Perseverance Mills, I don't think they would have survived this long. Because their quarantine started well before the first flare. Oh, peanut butter. We were having so much trouble finding that the other day. I'm going to take that for Blackrock. I don't think they would be alive anymore at this point. Anyone that was infected would have died already. Because it's been probably months at this point, before the first flare, that Perseverance Mills had been in lockdown. But if it's the Tales disease, which is a very progressive and slow disease, then it makes sense that they're still alive. Because that took a while to kill some of them. They were in the mine for months. Because, and we know that thanks to the foreman's technical report. Not the technical reports, no, the other ones. The ones from Buried Echoes. One of those reports went to 63 days, I think. They were in the mine for at least 2 months. Maybe 2.5. So we know it's a slow progressing disease. I'd have to see which report,
What have we here?
which foreman report talks about the machine being on. I think in my it's the complete story of the Tales trilogy video. or Rudiger's project, whatever I called it. I pieced together all of the notes from the tales and tried to put every single one in rough chronological order. So maybe I can figure it out from there. But one of those foreman reports with the days, like day 45 or day 63 or whatever, those will tell us how long the machine was on, how long they had been exposed. That sort of thing. Well, the trader has something, but I don't think he has the Langston-Mine disease. I mean, technically, we know that people can survive with it for decades, but that information was hidden in episode 4, in some side quests that came out well before the tales came out. So, I'm curious if they would actually, if that actually is like a part of how it works. That you can survive it long enough as long as you follow the...
I'll be hungry later.
Nope, I don't want that. The medical officer's instructions. One of the side quests even mentions, this is from episode 4, that a doctor told the person from the notes to write. And who is that doctor? That doctor is the medical officer. That's how we know those are from episode. Those are from the related to the Langston-Mine. Oh, I already have one of those. Okay. Ooh, old-fashioned parka. Nope, not as good, but pretty good. That's 3 and 3. Not bad. Got better. I think I'll just stick around for the night. And if I get an Aurora tonight, perfect. We'll just take the picture tonight. If not, we'll go take the picture of the Rickon in the morning. Go to Hibernia, turn on the transmitter, and then come back. And take the picture here during the scripted Aurora. Trader has a variant of the sickness. He might have a variant of the sickness. Maybe. You're picking up on what I'm picking up. Or what I'm putting out. Yeah, my back's killing me. Yeah, his name may not even be Sutherland, but we may never know. I don't think it's written spoilers in the note that he left with his brother. It's been a year. Spoilers are free game now. It's been a year. Oh god, it's been a year since Broken Silence. Sorry, I needed to clip this little piece of like skin on my thumb. It was bothering me from the edge of the nail. No Awowa. Big sad. I'm just gonna get rid of this. Toasty, this is my opinion. Insomnia was added immediately after the Tales DLC dropped. So maybe it's an Insomnia related issue. It's not Insomnia related. Insomnia is and may be one of the side effects of it. There's definitely something going on that relates to sleeping and dreaming and sleepwalking and all that. Maybe zombies? I hope not. It's definitely not zombies. I mean, they're sleepwalking, so they're almost like zombies. At least they're sleepwalking in the Langston-Mine. There definitely is a hint in Wintermute that there is some sleepwalking happening in Perseverance Mills. It's not quite confirmed. It's only like a very minor hint. But it might be a possibility. Please have a Woa. Will we actually cure it or bring it to the mainland and have it appear in Black Rose? No, the disease that we're talking about in the game is not communicable. It does not spread from human to human contact. Because it's not a normal disease. It's not a bacteria, virus, or parasite. It is a neurological condition, I guess would be the more appropriate term, where the brain is just all screwed up. And I guess the medicine that they made in the game in Seraphim is supposed to unscrew up, you know, whatever's happening to the brain. Oh, just in time to ruin it. Yep. There we go. Awesome. Thanks. We're talking lore here. Oh, great. Appreciate that. We won't see the disease again. Unless... I think I may need to make a video on this. Probably when after episode 5 drops and we can confirm everything. All of our suspicions and theories about these diseases. But if we see the signs, if we see the red flags about these diseases and Black Frost, we know there's more than one machine. But we need to confirm first that there's another machine in episode 5. So let's wait until it comes out. But if we see the signs, people talking about, you know, foggy memory, nightmares, sleepwalking, writing to keep their focus, those sorts of things, then we know that it has returned somehow. But it's not a disease you can just catch out of the blue. You have to be near a source of the energy. That's how it works. But I doubt we will see it again. I doubt it. It's like a form of hysteria. Kind of. The kind that doesn't let you sleep very well and makes you go cuckoo. Your brain, your memories kind of just fade away, and you know, you can't think, you can't write, you can't speak well because you just can't form thoughts. Your brain is kind of dimmed. The foreman puts it in a great way. It's like someone turned off the lights in his head. That's the best way to describe what's happening to these people. Their brain is not right. There's something wrong with them. Do you think the person Astrid and the lady talked about on the phone episode 3 as a child? Yes. Yeah, I think so. Jane's, I think the person that Jane is talking about in the phone call is her daughter. Jane is the person you see at the end of episode 4 when Astrid arrives in Perseverance Mills. That is her name in the credits. I might need more food, but we'll see. But yeah, I think the line from that conversation where Astrid knows better than anyone else the situation that she's in and the circumstances, I think that might be a nod to the fact that Astrid has gone through something similar where a child of hers passed away. And so Jane is trying to guilt trip her a little bit to maybe, you know, work a little faster, but not in a negative way. Like she clearly needs Astrid's help, so she's not gonna, you know, piss her off or anything. But I think the person that Jane is scared of losing is her daughter, or maybe her sister, someone that's close to her that she loves dearly, for sure. I think it's probably a child, because there's a comparison there. Astrid went through a similar situation, so I think that's what we're potentially going to see. What we're going to find out about Jane. No moo-moo. Right? No, yeah, no moo-moo. Oh boy, Miroslav, I hope you're wrong. I really hope, because I started to get that feeling when the teaser came out, when I listened to that dialogue. It made me start to question whether if the machine Rudiger's work is related to the Quiet Apocalypse, not the machine from the Zone of Contamination. A machine derived from his work. I'm scared that that's the direction they're going. I do not like that idea at all. That some device someone created is what caused the Quiet Apocalypse through horrific scientific experiment. But there is a possibility that they are related somehow. I really hope that's not the case though. Because there are some similarities with what's happening with the victims of the Langston Mine outbreak and the machine, as well as the Quiet Apocalypse. Now that we know that not only are animals being affected by it, we are being affected by it in the game. Humans. Specifically the mind. That's not good. That makes me scared. Onan, welcome. I hope that's how you pronounce that. Thank you for joining. How are you doing? For some reason I thought the person was an older person. Maybe I analyzed the words in the context. Which person are you talking about? Are you talking about the person that Jane was talking about? The person that she's... supposedly something happened to them where they almost got lost or died, maybe. That's what she is alluding to in that conversation with Astrid. And that's what prompted her to try to get Astrid to work faster on getting them the cure. I think it could read as like a child or maybe a sibling or mother or grandmother or any family member, really. Silent Shade, welcome. How are you doing? Yes, that's what I'm hoping, Silent Shade. I'm hoping that the machine turning on in the far territory is a side effect, not the cause. Obviously, the machine is being turned on by the Aurora, but that's because...
Meow?
Oh my god. Hold on. God damn it. Great timing. Yeah, we know that it's being powered by the Aurora. Everything's being powered by the Aurora. So, that makes sense, but I'm just hoping that Rudiger's work is not connected to this apocalypse. I just don't like the idea of it being a man-made apocalypse. I really like the direction they've taken with how scientific everything is. There is some actual truth to the apocalypse that's happening in the game. There is some scientific accuracies, but there's also some creative liberties that they've taken, like the Aurora glow. That's obviously not real. That's more of a visual cue to, indicate to the player that the Aurora wolves are now active. And the electric hum that you hear with the Auroras, that's also a creative liberty they took with the Auroras. But there is some scientific truth to what this game shows for its apocalypse, because it's basically a Carrington event turned to 11. Excuse me? My cousin? Where's my cousin? Jesus Christ. I turned that one up 5%. It's so loud. Oh my goodness. Oh, Jesus Christ. Castle, don't make me regret turning that one up. I need the stuff for the what's it called? Transmitter. Yeah, I agree. I would not like this to end up being a man-made apocalypse. That'd be really weird. Because everything they've presented so far just feels more scientific than anything else. Like it's a natural event that just turned out to be created a freak apocalypse essentially. Okay.
I ever tell you
Guess I
about the
don't
time
need
Keith
this.
tried to deep fry
Oh no,
turkey?
Keith.
Third-degree burns over 90% of his body. His doctor called up like
That one's
other
so good.
doctors to look at him because they'd never seen burns on top of existing burns.
God, that's so funny. Who wants to do the other one? Who wants to do Keith Fireworks? Or I think it's Keith Fireworks. Oh, they're both snow pants. Okay. Nothing? No parts for the transmitter. And well, thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Have a good night. I hope you have a. Also, I hope you had a lovely New Year's. Everyone, actually. I hope you all had a lovely New Year. All right, let's go find what we need. Oh, Ninja Bear. Hold on. Sometimes you have to let it render, unrender, and render on your screen by moving around. I did read the Black Frost Diary, and it did say alongside weather intensity, we'll have to deal with Black Frost, which is radiation levels. Yeah. Everything that we've seen so far suggests that the sun is responsible for the auroras. The game even says it's a geomagnetic storm, which usually involves, you know, the sun and the magnetic field and all that around the Earth. We've got, you know, animals behaving differently, strangely, in ways that they're not supposed to. Migration is broken because we can see the beached whales at the end of episode 3. Those are things that can be attributed to the effects that the auroras are having on the mind, which is, you know, strange, but primarily it's the beaching whales, the beached whales, that tells us that there's something wrong with the magnetic field. Because when that doesn't work normally, then that means all animals are kind of, anything that relies on the magnetic field is kind of, you know, mess up its migration. They're not going to know where to go. They might even die. I talked about this in the last stream, but, and we got too many of these. I've talked about this many times before in streams and videos, but I firmly believe that the Quiet Apocalypse is an extinction level event because it is, that was louder than I remembered. It is effectively altering life on the planet in ways that, you know, we haven't seen before, I guess. Like normally we would think about like pollution or deforestation or you know, other factors, society
Mackenzie,
itself.
You look like shit.
Destroying the environment. But now we're having, you know, animals beaching themselves on the coast because they couldn't figure out how to get to, you know, their destination. They accidentally slammed into the island and died. Or, you know, predator and prey animals behaving differently. But anything that relies on the magnetic field is now, you know, screwed in a way. And that's actually a lot of animals. Any animals that migrate, I think generally rely on the magnetic field for that. There might even be other animals that do that as well. It's a relatively not new field of science. It's something that's still in its infancy from what I can tell. And then we also have the supposed weather effects that are happening, even though we don't really see them in the game yet. But in the Black Frost Steam page, it does mention intense weather conditions, like aurora storms, deep freezes. We can kind of see it in the concept art where giant metal structures are completely frozen over. I think we've gotten many hints as to where this is going, and I just hope it's not gonna end up deviating some way. Like, what I mean by that is, and it ends up being a man-made disaster. That is my worst fear. for the game, for the ending. And the radiation, that's from the Black Frost. That's from the power plant, obviously. But across episode 3, 2, and 3, because Jeremiah tells you about the animals, you know, not behaving the right way. We've got the whales from episode 3. We have the confirmed astrophysical nature of the apocalypse, thanks to Jason episode 4. We have the Black Frost description or details with the extreme weather events. I think we have what we need to determine it is all because of the sun. And I hope it stays that way. I really do. Oh boy. That was a lot of rambling. I hope that all made sense. The magnetism thing, like the magnetic field thing with the animals, that is it's definitely a bit of a stretch, but I know that like migratory animals do indeed use the magnetic field for things like that. So like birds, I think whales do as well. Anything that will migrate north or south based on the time of year, the weather, those animals are definitely going to have a hard time adjusting.
The boardwalk still smells like popcorn, and the back alley still stinks like piss.
God damn it. Castle, we're having a serious lore discussion here. Can you not? Can you wait like 1 minute, please? I'm kidding. Let me go back to your comment there. See, I don't like that because nuclear power plants don't really
I didn't know shit about
leak. They could have taken creative liberty.
Burns, doesn't it? Third degree burns on 95% of his body. Man,
they
people
could
in the
say
next city over were calling to complain about the smell of burning
Oh my
skin.
god, why is that one so long? Jesus Christ. Yeah, creative liberty, but they could say that it's an old RBMK based reactor. Didn't I see something about that today on Reddit? About how those reactors... Oh, I think it was that those reactors don't explode. Yeah. It was about Chernobyl, the series. I don't know. I don't know how to explain the Black Frost. If there are some nuclear reactor models that don't leak like that, like the way we're seeing in the trailer for Black Frost, the teaser.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
It could be creative liberty, and I think that's fine. I don't mind that. As long if they explain it, then great. Like if they explain how all of these, you know, all the weirdness with the auroras is working, then that's great. If they explain it, that's fine. But when they, you know, write the story a certain way, make it seem like it's a science apocalypse essentially, but then they pivot to, oh no, it's a sci-fi human experiment gone wrong. I wouldn't like that at all. I really wouldn't. I hope that's not the case. You know what? The fact that there isn't a single goddamn toilet bowl in this region is actually hurting me right now. I need water. I need water. We'll make some at what's it called? At the lighthouse. I just want to get out of here. Bear? Burr? No burr? Okay, no burr. Let's fix the transmitter. Ooh, you know what I should have done? I should have grabbed the memento key from the Rickon for that box over there. So I can get those blue flares for Blackrock. Too late. We already have our RGB glowing fog, and I'm down for the creative liberty. Yeah, I think that makes sense because we know that the machine is supposed to be emitting some really strange energy. All it's really doing is just like, you know, electrifying the fog. I think it's quite literally electrifying the air. That's where the glow is coming from the glimmer fog. I do like the effect though, it's really cool. Magnetic pole flips wouldn't cause what we're seeing. All that would do is just make the compass point the other way, and migratory animals would kind of, you know, go the opposite way. That's about it. It wouldn't break everything. It wouldn't cause electronics to break in the way that we're thinking. Maybe satellites would get screwed up if the poles flipped, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't know why I turned it on. I didn't need to do that. Is that turned on, though, actually? Let's confirm. Where is it again? Yes. Okay. All I needed was the guaranteed aurora. I don't even need to turn it on. But let's head back. Do I want to go back for these? Do I have time? Yeah, I think I have time. Let's go get the flares from that memento cache. I've actually talked to an astrophysics major, one of my friends from college, that we had a discussion about the details of this apocalypse, because he's not familiar with the Long Dark. He only knows that I talk about it and cover it on the channel. And he's confirmed that magnetic pole reversals are not what's happening. That's not what's causing. Though that sort of thing wouldn't cause what we're seeing. What we're seeing is much more drastic.
Could end up being useful.
It could be, but that definitely can't be the only thing happening then. Dude, I touched the fucking mic stand and now it's not wanting to stand up straight. I'm gonna have to drill a hole into the wall just so that I can have a spot to like wedge it in. I'm not here for anything. I'm just here for the memento key. Nadia, thank you for joining. Have a good night. Yeah, we might be getting some sort of like siren in the game. What is up with the lighting in here? There could be some kind of siren system in Black Frost that maybe you have to fix. Like you gotta fix it so that it works. That warns you when the Black Frost storms are coming. I kind of hope that we see them in the game physically. Like, if it's gonna be a massive open world, I would love to be able to track the storms in the game. Like, you're on a cliffside and you can see a massive Black Frost cloud in the distance, and you know you're on the east side of the map, and then the cloud is on the west. Naturally, that's going to move in your direction. Actually, hold on, Canada. You would be on the west side, and then it would blow in from the east, essentially. Yeah, I think that's how that works, right? No, I think even in central Ontario, it's still west to east. You know what I mean? If you're in the direction that the cloud will be going, then you have to take cover. If you could see the storm in the distance, that'd be so cool. Because then you can figure out, are you in the danger zone or not? Same for regular storms, like a blizzard. Like, it'd be really cool if you could see a blizzard incoming, so you could tell when it's, if it's gonna arrive. I think that'd be incredible. That's one of the features I would love to see in Black Frost the most, is being able to tell if a storm is coming just by looking at the, like, out in the horizon. Because it's really weird when you're just sitting there and then like 10 seconds later, all of a sudden it's blizzard conditions. Like, the blizzard moves in really quickly.
Someone's stash.
That's rather strange. Sometimes there is buildup. Like, there'll be a buildup to the storm itself. Like, some wind picking up, then light snow, followed by light snow but with some wind, and then full-blown blizzard. But sometimes it could be like light snow, and then like that, it's a blizzard. It's a little weird. If we could see the storms moving in ahead of time, that would be really cool. Yeah, that would be awesome, Fisherman. Like you can see the actual like the snow or freezing rain or whatever they're gonna have. We might be getting some more unique weather events in the game, because we're gonna be having. I'm not sure what Aurora Storm would mean, but I think it just means that there could be storms during an Aurora. I don't know if that means they're gonna be more intense. Deep freezes potentially. We can see scenes across the game that show signs of or the trailer and the Steam page and all the shared screenshots that there's some deep freeze events that are going to happen potentially, that could potentially freeze over the world. Oh yeah, oh we talked about that relatively recently. Yeah, if planes were dropping from the sky like flies, I think pretty much every astronaut in space is already dead, potentially. Long dead. Unless the... that really depends on how... It really just depends on, like, where... What exactly is happening. Like, if the effects of the Quiet Apocalypse are more local to the surface than anything, satellites in space that are self-sustaining might be fine. Or not satellites, space stations might be more self-sustaining. They might actually survive. Like they could probably hold out for a while. I mean, as long as their food supply doesn't run out, because those usually have systems to recycle water, but food would be a problem. If the effects are more local to Earth, like on the surface and below the ionosphere, which I believe all satellites are above, I think for reasons, then, you know, I think they could survive, but I don't know. We don't know what exactly is happening. We don't know, like, what parts of the Earth ecosystem are being affected. So I'd like to assume that pretty much every astronaut in space is dead. That would suck, though, if they are stuck up there, because they'd be stuck up there pretty much forever. That would be scary. Honestly, that would be a worse fate than being stuck on Earth during the Quiet Apocalypse. If your space station is self-sustaining and it's not being affected by the Aurora, that would be a more horrifying fate than, you know, surviving on Earth or dying down on Earth, I guess. Because you have to watch from above and see what happens. I'm actually curious. Oh, this is way too many, but we might need them all. I'm not, you know, an expert on nuclear weapons. I don't want to be put on a list or anything. But what would happen to nuclear weapons, like the world's nuclear arsenal? I assume they have some kind of EMP shielding. I'm not sure. But eventually, shit would get pretty bad if those weapons were to break down and start leaking radiation, right? But that's many years down the line. I'm thinking like 100 years later, probably. I don't know. I think I brought this up. I think it was the podcast episode, or the impromptu episode Kirk did, where I jumped in partway through. Right when the teaser came out, we talked about the teaser, but I brought up the astronaut from Fallout 76. Basically, you know, the bombs fall in the Fallout universe, but some space stations survive, and in 76 it's the earliest entry in the franchise. I think technically she falls 26 years after the bombs drop, so 26 years after an astronaut that was in space crash lands on Earth. So it depends entirely on the situation and if the space station is still around, but holy crap! I can't imagine being up in space for 26 years and then crashing down and finding out it's all gone. You know, I mean, I guess you can assume when you lose contact with your space command, and you know, maybe they have instruments on board that they can tell, you know, things are not looking good down there. I mean, they're in space. They're going to see a bunch of bombs going off on the planet. So I think they probably knew. But yeah, I can't imagine dropping down from space after so long and landing in an entirely different world. But that was very cool. That was an example from a different game that, you know, makes you think about this game. Like, are the space stations intact, or are they, you know, in ruin? Are the astronauts alive or not? It's kind of a sad thing to think about, and it's definitely a fate that I would not want my worst enemy to have, because that sounds horrible. That's a very scary thought, honestly. That's why I don't want to go to space. I used to want to be an astronaut, but when that spaceship blew up when I was a kid on live TV, I think that might have been what caused me to not want to be an astronaut anymore. That was that was scary, and obviously a tragic event. I would love to see something though in Black Frost. Maybe like a satellite that fell from space. I would love to see some kind of scene or place like that. Like a satellite fell from space, and maybe it can act like a buffer memory of sort. Like during an aurora, you can go up to it and grab data. And that would be really cool. That would be a really cool way to add some buffer memories into the game. I would love that. Nope, no space for me. No deep space bullshit. No cruise ship bullshit either. Somehow that sentence made the most sense out of anything you've ever said in this chat. Rogue space heater plugged into an extension cord during an aurora would be yikes. Yeah, that's probably why so many electrical fires burned down the houses on the island. Probably because of appliances that didn't really agree with the electrical surge, like space heaters. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Alright, we got some water now. That would be, yeah. I really hope that they, like, really go all in on, like, the idea of the buffer memories. I think it's a really cool way to get lore. But I hope they expand it a bit more, because there are great ways to, like, create essentially buffer memories. What those are in the game are obviously are notes that you can get from computers during an aurora. They can do it through computers or laptops. I think it'd be really cool if you could do it from cell phones and audio recordings, so they would only work during an aurora. You could only play the tape recorder during an aurora and listen to it. I think that'd be a really good way to expand on the idea of buffer memories. You know, there's lore here in the world. It's in plain sight, kind of, if you know where you're looking, but there's a challenge to getting it. You have to wait for an aurora. But I would also, you know, love the traditional note and journal page or whatever, newspaper clippings, that sort of thing. That's a lot of energy bars. Holy shit. But yeah, I really like the audio recording idea, like a tape recorder, or a cell phone, like a phone memo, like a like a voicemail. There we go. Yeah, voicemail recording on a phone would be really cool to, like, pick up a phone and you can see that, and that's essentially a buffer memory. Like, it could be from before the first flare, could be from during. Maybe people realize that you could use recording devices during the aurora so that you can record your thoughts and leave them behind. Ooh, hold on. We're gonna get an aurora here. No, I think I like the idea that you have to go through multiple Auroras to get them all. But maybe they should keep it to one buffer memory per device instead of like a bunch. Like they could supplement that by having like a buffer memory on a computer. But if you want more, there's a note in this other room for the same story essentially. Like it's a two-part story, but one is a note, one is a buffer memory. I don't like that it's multiple per computer. I think they should just make the one. That way you don't have to wait multiple Auroras to get it. What they should have done, and I don't know if they did, but they should have implemented a way so that it guarantees you get them a new one each time. What am I doing? It guarantees you get a new buffer memory with each visit to the computer. Ooh, this is what I'm talking about right here. So in my recent video, which I realize I haven't talked about at all today during the stream, it was a scripted breakdown of the episode 5 teaser. I did the live reaction one last month, or 2 months ago now technically. So I did a scripted one where it's a little more concise. I get my thoughts out a little bit better, more accurately. I had a clip of that lit up during the Aurora, and I accidentally deleted the clip before I exported the video, so the clip was missing. But if you watch the video, it was basically this. You see how the color changes? That's what was missing from the video. And I had that in there to talk about... Oh my god, where's the camera? To talk about the lighthouse we can see in the teaser. I want to get a good color here. We can see a lighthouse in the teaser because we can see a light fluctuating different colors. And that's how we know it's a lighthouse, because it's the only light source in the game that does that. Oh, that cyan looks so good. I'm gonna take a few. See, I like that color. Ooh. That one's good. This is the only light source that does that. We're not counting Glimmerfall, that's different. So that's how we know that we're seeing a lighthouse in the background in the teaser. We already know there's going to be a lighthouse. They had concept art for one, but the environment around it looked a little different. But we can still tell it's a lighthouse. There's at least one. Well, I mean, welcome. How are you doing? That would be interesting if you could access the internet somehow. But I don't think that would work. I think all those systems would be broken. Like, there would be multiple components to it. I don't think all of them would be working during this time. Oh, I'm not going to read that. I have a video for all the buffer memories for every region. Alright, we can leave now. Oh, kitty! We can leave now. I agree. This is one of the best safe houses, in my opinion, in the game. Prettiest, too, during an Aurora. When should I re-download Schedule 1? You don't have it downloaded already? What's wrong with you? You're not a real fan. I'm thinking about doing some this week, Daniel. If anyone else has Schedule 1, let me know. We can maybe have multiple people join. I know it has 4-player co-op. It's going to be a disaster with more than 2. I know it's going to be a disaster with more than 1. But I think I'm okay with disasters after what happened with Supermarket Simulator the other day. Yeah, let me know if you want to join for that. Just kitty count number 1000. Yeah, pretty close. Also, age-old question: is grandmother affected by the machine? No. No, I don't think so. She just has good old regular old people memory problems. But hers are worse because she had a traumatic experience losing a daughter. So she's suppressing those memories, and over the course of episode 1, you kind of help unsuppress that. That's a really important moment for her story. She gets some closure for with her memories of her daughter before Will leaves her behind. Yeah, I think it's just regular old person memory problems plus a little trauma added to that. What's a little trauma added on top? Your comment on the energy bars? Energy bars are scams in this game. They don't give what it says. I agree. I kind of wish any food with a good amount of sugar would give you energy. Like a brief burst. Like less than the acorn coffee. But the energy bar is a straight up scam. I agree. This should give you energy if it says energy bar. Come on. Although I can't imagine you being able to get energy from a can of condensed milk like you would from an energy shot. I don't think that's how that works. But like, sugar is basically energy. If you're gonna be running around like a maniac with loot on your back, I think you should get some energy burst from the sugar. Just very minor and very short. But I agree. The energy bar is a scam. It shouldn't even have the word bar in it. Because it doesn't have its license to be a lawyer. I get it. I'm funny. I'm not funny. Hope it supports better than Supermarket Sim. I've seen some co-op Schedule 1 with people all over the country. I think it should work, hopefully. Supermarket Simulator, despite it currently being called, its update being called the co-op update, does not support co-op with more than 2 people. Because after you get to the third person, once you get to the third person, it is not co-op. It is now a lag fest. I would not recommend playing that game with more than 2 people. I love how Zap makes car batteries and energy bars. Wait, really? Oh, shit! I never knew that! Dude! That's crazy. How the hell did I not know that? Hold on, I'm gonna take some screenshots. I'm gonna make a short out of this. Who said that? Miroslav. Okay, I'll give you credit in that too. That's crazy. I've been meaning to do a video for like company names and brands. I will probably do that maybe when Black Frost comes out because there isn't a lot of overlap. Like Zap, that's crazy. I didn't realize that they're 2 different products. Oh, I hit that one. But Carter is the only other one that I can think of. Because Carter has the dam, but Carter also has these like, I think there's steam engines all over the island that people would rent out. There's multiple in the game. Oh, Jesus. And you can find them all over the place. Not just at Carter. You can find them at, like, Pleasant Mountain Town, I think. You can find one in front of Carter. And I think you can find one in Desolation Point as well. It's like an equipment that people would rent from Carter, the company. Not the dam. The company that owns the dam. There's a little bit of overlap there with different objects or things that have the same branding. I want to do a video on that, but there isn't a lot that has some, like, a lot of things that have overlap. You know, it would just be Carter and Zap, and that's it. Because every other item is a different brand. It's kind of weird. You would think that maybe everything is branded like one of 2 or 3 different brands, because these items we have in the game, these food items, this is the cheap shit. This is mass-produced, super cheap stuff that's meant for places like this, where you really can't afford anything else. Or maybe it does make sense that it's all different brands. I don't know. I'm not really an expert on those sort of things. But nothing really has... There's no overlap, you know? There's 3 different sodas, but they're all from different manufacturers, clearly. Whereas in the real world... Well, I guess most sodas are manufactured by 3 different companies. So I guess it makes sense. Oh, God. But yeah, like we have, like... There are no 2 food items that have the same brand. The same company. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll see more of that in Black Rust. I have noticed a couple of branding instances in the teaser and in the concept art and the screenshots, so maybe there's some more overlap. We may see Harmont Steel quite a bit, or maybe just Harmont in general. But I think I wouldn't say that's oh shit, I wish I had a flare. I wouldn't say that's you know, that intriguing, because it's just the name of the city.
That'll come in.
Is it food? Yes. The battery, not food. What am I doing? The energy bar, food, but it's a scam. Summit Soda. I don't know what Summit Soda is. I don't think it's Sprite. I think it might be a ginger ale. I think it just might be a play on Canada Dry. Yeah, the orange soda is definitely Fanta. I don't think the grape one is grape Fanta. I think it's just grape soda. Like, obviously, grape Fanta is grape soda, but it's not the Fanta branding. When you say Fanta or think about Fanta, you think of orange. Orange Fanta is orange soda, essentially. It's Fanta. Like, no one thinks Fanta and thinks, oh, strawberry, pineapple, grape. No, we think about orange. Honestly, I can't really think about another orange flavored soda other than the knockoff ones I would see in Mexico. But I think, yeah, there's some brands that have just plain old grape soda. Oh, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Grape Crush. Yes, Grape Crush. I was trying to remember that brand. But see, I would also say, now that I think about it, when I think Crush, I also think orange soda. I don't think grape soda. Kitty. Is Mist? Sierra Mist? I don't think Sierra Mist exists anymore, by the way. Rest in peace. I think they phased that out in favor of... what's it called? Starry? Which I haven't even had. Not that I want to. Excuse me? Move out of the way. Yeah, I've never had Starry before. I still think the pork and beans is the silliest of all with their branding. Musical fruit. I mean, technically beans aren't fruit, but yeah, you could consider them not musical. I would say maybe magical. Beans are a great source of food. Great source of proteins. Great source of fiber. It's a magical fruit, you could say. Not sure about musical though. That's rather strange. It's definitely the name of the company or brand or food brand. Oh Jesus. Yeah, and I agree. It's rather silly. I'm hoping that we do see some overlap though, like standard fare. I don't know. Let's say biscuits, dried bit. I don't know. You know what I mean. Standard fare, but attached to a different food item in Black Rust. I think that'd be really cool. We are going to see new items though. Raphael has confirmed that on a Reddit post that we will see some returning items, but we will probably see a lot of new items because we're in a different part of the world. in Black Frost and in an entirely different economic state. There will be more variety, and there will be probably things you wouldn't expect to see going from Great Bear Island to Central Ontario. So we'll probably see things like instant ramen. I think that'd be really cool to see. I think that makes sense. But I think it also makes sense for this game because ramen is dirt cheap. Is ramen not really a thing in Canada? Maybe some Canadians can confirm that. Because I figured it would be. I don't know. Ramen is huge in Asia, obviously, but it's also huge in the US. So I figured that maybe. Oops. What? Wait, what just happened? Oh, I accidentally put that one on. So maybe like I don't know. There'd be a lot of instant ramen, but if we're not seeing it here, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like rambling and doing weird things in the background. Oh Jesus. Oh, my back's killing me. I'm going to do some stretching after this. Even with the pillow for back support. What was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, I figured that even in this game we would see instant ramen. Like the really cheap stuff, like the cup of noodles or whatever. But no, it's not a thing. Maybe they didn't think about it. Maybe they thought, well, this is where we're going to draw the line for Great Bear Island, and maybe in the future they would put something like ramen in. I think for the tails, or for the sorry, not the tails, the trader, it would make sense adding in instant ramen, and it would be considered like a soup, like a liquid that you could warm up and give you the warm up bonus. Ramen is definitely a thing in Canada? Okay. Because it's like big here. Like whether if you go to a proper ramen restaurant, proper ramen restaurant, or the instant stuff. We don't live under a rock. I really do want to go to a proper restaurant though with the good ramen. Ooh, I've been watching some People versus Food. If you've never heard of it, it's one of the channels by the React Bros, the company React. They had an episode all about ramen, and my mouth was watering. I want like actual good ramen. Oh shit, look at that. Like the good stuff, like the properly made from scratch ramen. I don't want that. I really want actual ramen. I want to make it one day from scratch too. Maybe not the noodles. Like that's the one thing maybe I would probably, just buy instant noodles, but make the soup broth, whatever you want to call it, from scratch, and add in, the ingredients like a nice over easy egg, a little bit of pork, some scallions maybe, or green onions, or whatever you want to call them. Oh, my back is killing me. Yeah, I talked about ramen in the Black Cross food video. Ramen and pasta and rice is one of those things that I really think should be in the game. Even in the Long Dark, we should have pasta. Pasta is one of the cheapest foods on the planet because it is so. The food that the crop that it's made from is the most mass-produced thing on the planet, right? I think it's wheat, and right behind that would be rice. You would think you would see that stuff all over the place, but not really. The closest thing we have to pasta on Great Bear Island would be nothing. There is no pasta here. There should be some pasta. It makes sense. It's dirt cheap to make. Oh, come on. I am expecting to see rice, though, in Black Frost. And if not, I'm going to sue. Because there is a goddamn Chinese restaurant in Black Frost. In downtown Harmont. There better be bags of rice. But yeah, ramen and pasta should be everywhere. It's so cheap and easy to get. It wasn't me for a change. Yeah, it was Castle, of course. Yeah, but pasta requires talking to mainlanders. I know. Dirty mainlanders. Castle stealing your job. I'm sorry. Wait, you were being paid? You thought you were being paid for that job? You were mistaken. Can we make it to camp office in like the next half hour? I think maybe. Let me just make a quick stop here at Kwanzaa to get some food. Should have cheeseburger in a can. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I mean, there's no cheese in the game, but there are moose in the game. Unfortunately, they're all male. At least according to the model that Hinterland's using. So, while there may not be cheese in the game, there's a moose that may or may not produce milk. And we have Bannocks and steak, so there's our cheeseburger right there. By the way, don't go up to a moose in game and think you're gonna get some milk to make cheese. That's not gonna work well for you. Oh, come on. What the hell? Well, Castle, you know the drill. Holy shit, that was so poorly timed. For me, not for you. You timed it perfectly. Now I want to vomit. Ugh. We'll drop this. We'll drop this. Ugh, jeez. Oh, man. Oh, right. Don't I have like an ass load of food in camp office? I'm bringing all this and I might not even need it. Sausages? Who did the sauces? Castle, you sus. Female moo, female lumpies. I better see female animals in Black Frost. I agree. For some animals, we don't really know the difference, right? Like, or can tell the difference. I don't think so, right? I mean, for deer and moose, I think you can tell because of the antlers. I think that's a good number of bullets. Too many bullets is such thing. Alright, we're good. We can get out of here. Let me sleep like an hour, 2 hours. Better get peanut M&Ms. Okay, peanut is asking for too much. You got peanut butter, you get M&Ms. You can make peanut butter M&Ms.
Mackenzie, you look like shit.
More candy variety would be interesting though, but obviously it's gonna be parody versions. We're not gonna see M&Ms straight up. That would be illegal, unless it's a brand deal or something like that. I don't know. We have 2 more pictures to take, right? Let's confirm. Before I lose my mind. Sunder Pass. ZOC. Transfer. Airfield. Broken Railroad. Muskeg. Mr. Lake. Pleasant Valley. Nope. Ash Canyon. Timberwolf. Pleasant Valley. Those are the 2 Pleasant Valleys. Husher Valley, Mountain Town, Bleak Inlet, Coastal Highway, Desolation Point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right here. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 there. 12, 13, 14.
That pisses
15.
me off.
We only have one region left. Okay. We have one region, and the 2 pictures I gotta take there, and the 2 Polaroids that I need to find and map. And that is Black Rock, unfortunately. Ooh, that's poison. Let's drop that. Let's not get food poisoning anymore. I've already had 6 instances of that in this series. 6 too many, honestly. Oh, right, we're in coastal. Let me grab some toilet water. Fun fact, we get... Wait, what? We get in moose over a period of time in Long Dark. I'm not going to read that out loud now. I'm so glad that I read it first. I need to start doing that more often. I blame Castle for that, actually. Thank goodness I read. Fine, call the M&Ms instead of as Choco Rocks. Oh, I kind of like that name, actually. I make the weight ratio amazing. Yeah, that's the thing that one thing that I would like them to change a little bit is expand on what they did with scurvy risk. Now, if you eat too much sugar, it actually has a negative effect on you. Or if you eat too much protein or too much fat, or not enough fat, not enough, you know, of this vitamin or that vitamin. I would like to see a little bit more the food and water system, the, you know, digestion actually have an effect on you if you eat improperly. I think that'd be one way to Jesus. Make it so that you can't just eat a bunch of chocolate bars and survive. That doesn't make sense. You know, I agree that too much immersion can be bad, but I think there should be a balance for sure. Like, I don't know, too much fat will make you sluggish. You'll walk a little slower. Or maybe like eating too much would make you sluggish. You now walk at a snail's pace instead. Eating too much sugar can rot your teeth. There we go. Now you need to brush your teeth or something like that. Or just not eat as much sugar. I feel like some people would hate that. But I think if they pick and choose a couple of things, like too much sugar or overeating, and balance it and offer solutions to it, it would be interesting to play with. And then obviously have that as an optional thing, like scurvy. Like having scurvy risk in the game but having it optional is great, because then people can try it out and see if they like it, and if not, then they can disable it permanently. Oh, too much sugar? Yeah, causing headaches. That is a thing in the game, but it's not consistent. It's, for some reason, you can eat a can of peaches raw. You can raw dog some peaches, excuse my language, and not get a headache. But if you eat a peach pie, one singular peach pie, which is 1/3 of the canned peaches, you get a headache. You're not adding extra sugar to it. It's just the same peaches that have been cooked into a pie. It's weird. I wish if they just made that more consistent, then that'd be great. Oh yeah, vitamin D deficiency would be interesting too. Because, like, you could choose to go out and explore and live nomadically. Or you could choose to stay indoors all goddamn day for weeks on end. That would be a great way to force people to go outside for a little bit. Or find a source of vitamin D. Which I don't know if there's any foods that have it that is plentiful. But, you know, just staying in the sun. There you can fix your vitamin D deficiency. Definitely not having every vitamin and the possible afflictions that could come with them. Probably not a good idea. I think vitamin C is a good one for sure, and we already have that. The headaches. overeating and feeling sluggish would be an interesting one. So now you don't walk as fast. Maybe your tummy grumbles because you ate too much. Those would be really interesting ways to prevent the player from, you know, gorging on one type of food because it's super common. But now they're missing vitamins or their stomach is too full or whatever, you know. Yeah, there's vitamin D supplements, but, you know, I think that if they expanded on the scurvy idea a little bit more, it'd be kind of fun. Because then you can pick and choose the ones that you like based on your playstyle and the ones you don't like. Like, someone that doesn't like to go outside too much in the game, likes to stay indoors and play with safe house stuff, building a base, they would turn off cabin fever, like myself. Even though I despise cabin fever in general, no matter how much time I spend outdoors, it somehow creeps in again. Shoot, I need to go up there. But yeah, if your playstyle doesn't mesh well with a certain, you know, system like scurvy or vitamin D deficiency or whatnot, then you can toggle it. I would just love to see those systems added someday. It's probably not going to happen right away. Oh yeah, eating too much food too quickly, you vomit. Yes, and that's wasted calories and water right there. I like that actually. That's what I like about DayZ's health system. For food and water, you can top yourself off. Obviously, you have your hydration meter and your hunger meter like in this game. But they also have a stomach meter as well. It's not like a normal meter, but like if you eat too much too quickly, your stomach starts to, you know, turn because it's too full. If you fill up too quickly, then you vomit and your food and water meter goes down because you lost some, you know, food and water. I think that would be a really cool thing to implement here as well. You can't just scarf down 3 venison steaks and continue walking with 40 kilograms of stuff on your back. No, you gotta pace yourself. You can eat 1 steak now and then take 1 with you if you want to risk it, or you can take some other stuff with you for later. That would be cool. I feel like we're just getting a little too far into the making the game realistic. I think a lot of these ideas would be great to have if it was optional, so that people can toggle them. Too much realism, definitely not good. But a little bit here and there, where it's gamified and it actually makes some sense, I think is great. And you know what's great about scurvy? I have yet to ever see it pop up. I have never had it as an issue. And I have it enabled on every save file that I have. I never have scurvy risk. I've never seen the pop-up once. And I think that's probably because I haven't played enough Interloper. But yeah, never had scurvy once in the game. Not even the risk. Burden affliction was some of the pies. Unburden is, I think, what you're talking about. But it lasts so short. Almost didn't notice. Hard thing to balance for gameplay. I mean, you notice it if you see your inventory. You'll see the 3 extra kilograms. 3 kilograms isn't much. That's basically 2 hatchets. You probably wouldn't notice it picking up the loot. But it is helpful if you're doing like a short distance looting trip, whatever. Oh, I really hope they go all out with the food system. Food and cooking. I think that's the one system that I love to play with the most in this game, and I hope they go like balls to the wall. Like as extensive as possible. I kind of hope we get something similar to the most recent Legend of Zelda games, like Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. Those cooking systems are really cool. And I don't know if it works this way in the game, but like you get the recipe by discovering it, essentially. And if you cook something that isn't a recipe, you kind of get like, you know, in those games, it's called dubious food. It's like food. It's edible, but there's nothing special about it. But if you can figure out the recipes by experimenting, you unlock the recipe. Like, you know, the recipe itself. You have the recipe now in your journal, and it has a special effect. You know, it's a little bit better, essentially. No, burdened. Oh, there's a pie. Oh, Stalker's pie. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Stalker's pie does the opposite. I forgot. Burdened. Totally forgot about that. I don't think those kids got to even live past like childhood. Because this is 2012 or 2022 in the game. And that generation of kids, of people, they're still kids. I know it's only 3 years technically in the past, but when did that meme spring up? Like a couple months ago? Not even. I think it started when I was in Mexico, so yeah, September. Yeah, those kids would probably still be in grade school. They would be kids. They wouldn't be creating the memes and cringe content that makes me wish I wasn't literate. Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't have that. We wouldn't have Skibbity. We wouldn't have Riz. Or whatever, all that nonsense. Hopefully Bill Collector isn't here, or else he's gonna kill me. Yeah, none of those terms would exist. Because we're in 2022 in the game. The good news though, no pandemic. Oh wait. Shit. I should have rested. Oops. There we go. Don't say it out loud. No, I won't. Didn't that start in like September? October, I think? That feels like it's gone on too long. It normally memes die very quickly, like within a month. How is it still going? This generation's weird. But this generation, I mean Gen Z? I think we've already had people born into Gen Beta. And did I mention it here on stream? Maybe it was, I think it was with my friends. We were playing Fortnite. I mentioned how Generation Beta, those kids are going to get hardcore bullied because they're going to be considered betas because it's Gen Beta. They're going to get hardcore bullied for no reason whatsoever. Skibbity existed in 2022? I want to die. That's how old that is? And kids are still talking about it? Young adults, you know what I mean. Ugh. Makes me gross. Makes me feel gross. Yeah, that would be kind of cool. Maybe we'll get that in GTA 6. I mean, Jason is a gym bro, so maybe if you work out more, he looks chunkier in a you know, muscular way. Or if he eats too much fast food, he loses muscle and gains fat. I agree. Why don't people do that more often in their games, especially the open world ones? It would be cool if Black Frost had something like that. It is going to be an open well, it might be open world. I'm not entirely sure yet. It's going to have some RPG elements and having like your food and sugar consumption, your fat and sugar consumption actually affect your, you know, your weight, your character's weight, which could then affect your general health. Maybe it affects how much you can carry. Maybe more muscle gives you the ability to carry more stuff. That'd be kind of cool. It's Gen Alpha that's obsessed with 6. You know what I mean? Yeah, okay. Yeah, Gen Alpha are kids. Like, they're kids in elementary school and I think middle school. Gen Beta are the babies to toddlers right now. They're probably just about to start school. And then Gen Z is like young adults and high schoolers, maybe. I think we can make it to the trailers. And we can definitely make it to Camp Office. I will be ending the stream when I get to Camp Office. So that means that the next stream should be the last one because Blackrock's actually kind of nice with how the Polaroids work for the Vistas. There's only one spot, I think, for the 2 Polaroids. Very nice of Hinterland, by the way. Not so nice when they got to Sunder Pass because they reverted that change. They made it so that there was, how many? I think it was like 3 spots for each Polaroid. Hello? Can I not get on top of this? What is this nonsense? Excuse me? Yeah, that's what I thought so. What the fuck? Yeah, so the next stream should be the end of the series. We'll go to Blackrock, grab the 2 Polaroids and map the vistas, and then take the 2 pictures. Come back. Ooh, maybe not. Maybe it won't be the end. Maybe between streams I'll work on getting the firewood. The fur firewood for the frames. Because we still need to frame all these photos. I have room for some of these. There's some right here. It's this wood that we need. Let me grab these 2. Yeah, we need these for the picture frames. Just grab one of these. A little over encumbered, but that's fine. How are we doing on birch? Oh, we're good on birch. No birch needed. Oldest Gen Alpha is 14 or 15. Yeah, so they're starting high school, basically. Hear about one of the wild, funny theories about Jason from GTA 6? I think I've heard one theory where he might be a descendant of either John or... probably not Arthur. I don't think Arthur had a confirmed kid. John Marston. I don't think those games are in the same universe, though. I don't think they've ever confirmed that they're in the same universe. Red Dead and GTA. He might even be a kid of a descendant from a previous GTA game, like 3... potentially. I wouldn't say that's a descendant, I guess. I that would be like a grandchild. GTA 3 is, I think, in the 70s. Or maybe earlier. I don't remember. Yeah, grandchild, I guess. Of a previous main character from an older game. I think I've heard the one about him being a potential descendant of John Marston, but I don't know about that. Good night, Silent Shade. Thank you for joining. Yeah, I hope you had a happy New Year, happy holidays, and all that. Thank you for joining. Oh, yeah, Gen Beta is fresh. Fresh meat. To be bullied for being called betas. Those poor kids. So they're doing every 14 years for a generation? Has that always been the case? I could have sworn, like, the Boomers and Gen Xers, those were, like, much longer generations. Like, multiple decades. Well, I guess 14 years technically would consist of multiple decades. You know what I mean. Like, 2+ decades. He might have been in GTA 5 in a very specific mission. Arthur had a son, but he was killed by a gang. Oh, rip. I just entered Mystery Lake. And there's a wolf dying near me. Oh, maybe I shot this wolf when I left Mystery Lake and it barely loaded in its death. That is a resilient wolf. Holy shit. That wolf had life. He was spamming its life alert button and no help came. That poor thing. I don't even know where it died. I heard it nearby. I think it was to my right, so it might be down by the river. Anyways. Let's go to bed. That was kind of depressing to hear. Poor pupper. I mean, you deserved it, but like, poor pupper. Are there any wires in here? No, I think these are safe to stand on. We've mentioned this before. It's the ones that are connected to the power lines that are dangerous. And these are not connected to the power line. I think they're too short to even generate power. I think it's something to do with like the length of the wire, the length of the circuit essentially. I don't remember much about circuits. I could be wrong. You remember when the internet...
I'm not sure I
the
can
internet
carry
is
much
a
more.
phase where artists made everything fluffy. I don't remember that at all. No. And yeah, Castle, I never heard of that theory that he was in GTA 5. Can you just explain what specific mission? Because at this point, you can spoil the entirety of GTA 5. It's been a literal decade and a half since the game came out. I don't care about spoilers for that game. Although I do want to play it on stream soon. I think we'll have to wait until the summer. I keep putting it off. But if I start that, it's going to take like 3 months to finish it. It's so long. So, we'll have to wait till the summer. Because I'm going to be focusing on Resident Evil for the next 2 months, I think. Because of Requiem coming out in February. After that, I don't know what we're going to do in March. So I'll have to figure something out. Oh, you biscuit with gravy. You mother ducker. Words are hard when I'm pissed off at the game right now. What was I saying? My brain is fried because this fucking cabin fever. Oh, it's so bad. Yeah, what was I saying? Fuck. I don't remember. And it doesn't matter. Jack Life's history was never fully written, but there is a theory he managed to escape everything after he found Ross and would write a book about his life. Huh? You're talking about Red Dead, though. Michael's boat gets stolen, and one of the people involved might be a young Jason. Yeah, I did see that people were talking about how Michael's boat is in the trailer. One of the trailers for GTA 6. But they could be reusing the asset because it's Rockstar. They reuse assets. I mean, every big company does it. It makes sense. There's screenshots from GTA 3, or not GTA 3, GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2, where you can see the exact same tree models. They do it. They probably use the same boat, but maybe it could be a connection. That actually would make a lot of sense. That he was one of the people that stole the boat. I don't know. We'll see. That would be a really good connection to between the games, though, because they're not entirely connected. They're in the same universe, obviously, but they do sometimes try to like shoehorn in like some kind of connection. 4 and 5 are only connected because Lester mentions Nico's work from GTA 4 when they're planning the heist in GTA 5. That's about it. But I think that's the only mention of GTA 4 and Nico specifically. But it doesn't mention him directly, obviously. I don't know about the other games, though, because I'm not too familiar with the older ones. And then GTA 4's DLC is teased in the main story. You have the two main characters of the two DLCs in the main story in one specific mission. Oh, I totally forgot. There is another connection between 4 and 5. Johnny, the member from the Lost bike gang, he's in the main story very briefly for one mission. He's also the lead character of one of the DLCs for 4. He's in 5. He's a character for one cutscene. And never to be seen again because he dies. Sorry for a 13-year-old spoiler. uncle is Red Harlow. Who is Red Harlow? Also, the Jack comment, cause in GTA 5 there's a special book, red book. If you look closely at the author, it reads Jack Marston. Ooh. Maybe that's where the theory comes from, though. That could just be a nod to Jack Marston. It could be maybe a plan for a potential future story, future game about him. But maybe that's where the theory comes from.
My leg!
That doesn't mean that he wrote the book. It could just be like a little... Technically, that would be an Easter egg because it's a different franchise mentioned in one franchise. If it was like GTA 5 mentioning GTA 4, that's not really an Easter egg. It's a throwback. They're a little different. Easter eggs is when one game throws in a nod to another game franchise. So yeah, that would be an Easter egg. That doesn't mean he wrote it. I think it's just an Easter egg. But it would be a very clever and sneaky way to potentially tease what Red Dead Redemption 3 might be like. About. Not like, because I don't know if they're going to make it. I'm curious to know what the sales numbers were for I keep thinking GTA. Red Dead Redemption 2. I really hope that they were high enough to warrant a sequel. But the problem is the multiplayer failed utterly. Utter failure. And I don't think they would consider doing another multiplayer like that. I don't know why God damn it, why Red Dead Online failed though. It was actually very fun and not just because, you know, you can play with multiplayer Red Dead, but because like you could do everything you could do in Red Dead in it. There was even like story missions in it as well. But they kind of just gave up on it because no one was playing it. I don't really know why it failed and why GTA Online did do well. I'm flubbing everything. Red Harlow is the main protagonist in the first Red game. Oh, Red Dead Revolver, yeah. Got it. Yeah. There we go, that makes sense. I think it might just be because GTA 5 is fucking wild. It's got like flying cars and shit. That might be why it was so much more popular. But oh my god, Red Dead Online would have been so amazing if they kept working on it. They kind of just gave up on it like 2 years in. I think there's still updates to it, but it's so minuscule. Like, I feel like it's a yearly update with like a couple missions. They recently added a horde mode mission with like killer robots, which is kind of cool, and there's some lore to that apparently. I think there's a story mission that may relate to the robot horde. I don't think the game mode's canon, obviously, but it would be cool if they just turned that into like Red Dead, the Undead Nightmare mode from Red Dead Undead Nightmare. You know what I mean? The horde mode. They should have just done a horde mode with the robots that they made for that one mission. See, that would be an update that would get me to play the game again, the online. But at the moment, Red Dead Online is just, there's nothing really to go back to now that I played so much of it. Granny's legs. What I understand, Red Dead Online was like super beta state and super buggy. I never had a buggy experience with that game, with the online. I mean, yeah, they should definitely have fixed it. They should have fixed it fast. But that's how everything that Rockstar makes now is. Even all the way back to GTA 5 original. The original release. That came out staggered releases and everything was a buggy, broken mess. It took them years to get the heists working to put them out. They didn't even release the online until much later, I think, right? So, like, just fix it, and then maybe people will come back. But it seems like they were trying to make content right away, thinking that it'll work. But if the game was unplayable because of how buggy it was, then I can see why no one would come back.
Something's gotta go.
I do remember seeing a lot of bugs from the story mode, though, but none from online, though. Weird. Anyways, I am done rambling. My throat hurts. I'm tired. My back hurts. My everything hurts. I need to go and end the stream here. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I appreciate it. A couple of reminders, actually. Photography challenge. It's going on right now. It will end tomorrow at 11 p.m. Eastern time. There's a photo forum in my Discord. I will put the Discord link right now in the chat. You can take photos from the Long Dark, whether if they're brand new or if you want to take some new ones, and put them in the forum channel as like a post. Oh, I muted it. Thank goodness. And there are different categories. You can see the document listed in my forum post. It's like an example submission, or in the general tab you can see the link that I posted recently with the document. The document will tell you all the rules, and then there's different categories. There's rewards for the categories as well. So please submit. Even if you don't want to take new pictures, you can use some older ones you have, some older screenshots that fit the what's it called, the categories. Some of the categories I think I'm going to go ahead and condense down to a general one because there's not enough submissions, but a couple of them do have quite a few submissions. I would encourage people to maybe try for the submissions that don't have a lot of the categories that don't have a lot of submissions, but it's all up to you. Yeah, that's gonna be ending tomorrow, and we'll be rewarding some copies of the Long Dark. Not just me, a couple of the community members and content creators will also be helping out with that as well. Yeah, there's that, and then there's the Minecraft world server, whatever you want to call it. The community world will be going up again on Sunday, which is when I'll be streaming it, of course, and we will be playing Minecraft together if you want to join in. Just to let you know, it is Minecraft Bedrock Edition, just to remind everyone. All right, I think that's it. Yep. Have a good night, everyone. Oh yeah, go check out the Long Dark episode 5 teaser breakdown, the scripted breakdown. Go check that out. It's on the channel now from a couple days ago. Bye everyone. I hope you have had a happy new year, and I will see you tomorrow for Cursed Halo 2.